Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Drafts Baseball's live commentary of Major League Baseball. The commentary and views are our opinions and are not affiliated with the American League, the National League, the MLB Players Association, or their sponsors. We are giving live English reports on the game being played and hope that English-speaking fans around the globe can enjoy the games on YouTube and Twitch along with us. Today, we are covering the Cleveland Guardians. We're hosting the Minnesota Twins in a battle of the top two teams in the Central Division. We'll first off give you the starting lineups for the visitors from Minnesota. Leading off and playing at second base, wearing number 2, is Luis Arias. Batting second and playing shortstop, wearing number 4, is Carlos Correa. Hitting third in right field, wearing number 26, is Max Kepler. At the cleanup spot and doing the designated hitting, wearing number 30, is Kyle Garlick. Batting fifth at first base, wearing number 19, is Alex Kirilloff. Batting sixth and doing the catching, wearing number 24, is Gary Sanchez. Batting seventh in left field, wearing number 1, is Nick Gordon. Batting eighth and playing third base, wearing number 64, is Jose Miranda. And batting ninth in center field, wearing number 67, is Gilberto Celestino. They are going to be facing a right-hander for the Guardians in the name of Zach Plesac. On the season, Plesac is 2 wins and 5 losses. He's worked 73 and a third innings. He's allowed 74 hits, 39 runs, 34 which have been earned. He's walked 17 and struck out 50. He's pitched to an ERA of 4.17. And now the starting lineup for the home team for the Cleveland Guardians. Leading off in left field, wearing number 38, is Stephen Kwan. Batting second and playing shortstop, wearing number 1, is Ahmed Rosario. Batting third at third base, wearing number 11, is Jose Ramirez. In the cleanup spot and doing the designated hitting is Franmil Reyes. Batting fifth and in right field, wearing number 39, is Oscar Gonzalez. Batting sixth at second base, wearing 0, is Andreas Jimenez. Batting seventh at first base, wearing number 6, is Owen Miller. Batting eighth and doing the catching, wearing number 4, is Sandy Leon. And batting ninth in center field, wearing number 7, is Miles Straw. And they are going to be facing Devin Smeltzer, who takes to the hill for the Minnesota Twins. Smeltzer on the season is 4-1. He's worked 44 and a third innings. He's allowed 36 hits, 16 runs, 15 of which have been earned. He's walked 11 and struck out 22, and he has a 3.05 earned run average. And those are your starting lineups. And Plesac is just completing his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to get this one underway from Cleveland. It is a beautiful day in Cleveland today for a ball game. And, of course, these two teams are in a first game of a doubleheader today. It'll be Lance Barksdale, Nate Tomlinson, Nestor Sahea, and Ted Barrett doing the umpiring crew. Lance Barksdale is behind the plate. And it is a beautiful day for ball. It is 77 degrees in Cleveland. It is partly cloudy, but right now the clouds are away from the sun and the wind is blowing in at about 7 miles an hour. And so we're ready to get this one underway as Plesac has taken to the rubber. Luis Arias steps in, and here comes the first pitch of the ball game. Plesac getting the start today, throwing to Sandy Leon, and there was a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Arias. Sandy Leon was acquired from the Cincinnati Reds and activated for this ball game today. It was a transaction that took place after yesterday evening. Here comes the 0-1 pitch now from Plesac. He rocks in the motion and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into shallow center field. Moving over underneath it and battling the sun a little bit is the center fielder for the Guardians, and that is going to be a one up and one away here as Miles Straw hauls it in for out number 1. So Straw makes the catch, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Carlos Correa. For Correa on the season, he's batting .300 on the year. He's got 8 homers and 26 runs batted in. Correa was the off-season free agent acquisition by the Minnesota Twins from the Houston Astro organization. Correa bats from the right side against the right-hander Plesac, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and grounded foul over on the third base side. And the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Carlos Correa. Correa has been an important part of the lineup. He has missed some time a little bit for the Minnesota Twins. But he slots in neatly in the 2-hole there behind Luis Arias, who is having a fantastic season. The top 2 hitters in the batting order are the only 2 in today's lineup that are batting north of 300. And Correa has entered the game right at 300. And right now we have just a moment delay here as Sandy Leon is waiting. And now Carlos Correa is coming out and getting checked on by the trainer. So that last swing there, he's reaching down. I think he may have found something off his foot there. He's out with Rocco Baldelli, the manager of the Twins, but he's walking around gingerly as they've come out to check on him. Correa is having the conversation with the trainer, and obviously this would be a difficult situation if they did it. When I see the foul ball, it came right down on the shin guard that he wears on the left leg. It looked like it has caught the brunt of it. But he is hopping around a little bit there. And we have ourselves our first of the night, our first bot in our chat. We have on our Twitch feed, we have people that are jumping in and publishing stuff. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Correa as this game is back underway. He's played in 52 games that the Twins have played in, with those 8 homers and 26 RBIs. Here comes the pitch from Plesac. It is a breaking ball, swung on and missed. And the count goes to 1-2. Plesac, like much of some of the other Cleveland pitchers, they really short arms the ball. He does not have a long take back. Shane Bieber, Aaron Civale all fall into that category, and Plesac does as well. He gets the side from Leon, and he's ready to go to work. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count runs even to 2-2 on Correa. Plesac has logged quite a few innings this year, but he's not had a lot to show for it. The Guardians are in the midst of a 5-game losing streak and are looking to stop the skid here against the Twins. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes it is now to Correa. Plesac gets the sign from Leon, and he rocks into the motion. And there's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and grounded foul. Just past the third base bag, and that's going to keep the count at 3-2. I have to say, I've not seen a lot of Plesac. And watching the Guardians, I don't seem to get him often. It's pitchers like Civale and Bieber and Tristan McKenzie, who we've seen earlier this year. Here comes Plesac back to the windup, and he kicks and he delivers. It is a fastball that misses off the outside corner. That's going to be ball 4 to Correa. So Correa's aboard with a 1-out walk, and that's going to bring up Max Kepler to the plate. For Kepler on the season, he's hitting .240 with 7 homers and 33 runs batted in. As we said, the Twins are on the other end of the spectrum. They are off to a 3-game winning streak right now. They're 5-5 over their last 10. They've stretched out a 3-game lead over the Guardians, as it is a battle of 1 and 2 here this afternoon. And here comes the first pitch now to Kepler. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. Kepler bats from the left side. He's got an open stance. The Guardians are playing him shift. They do have 3 fielders to the right side of the infield. And here comes the 1-0 offering from Plesac. It is a changeup that is swung on and grounded foul. It's going to get in just above the camera well on the first base side. That's going to run the count now to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Plesac checks the side from his catcher, Leon. Always curious to see what the chemistry of the catcher is going to be like with his pitchers, as he really doesn't know them. And there's a fastball that misses upstairs. Kepler squares to bunt. They appeal down to the third base umpire, Ted Barrett, but he said he didn't go. That's going to run the count now to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Kepler. Kepler waggles the bat from the left side. Plesac gets the side from Leon. He checks the runner Correa at first, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count is now 3-1. Early in this ball game, Plesac does not have a lot of command on his pitches right now. The three players to the right side of the infield are the first, the second baseman, and the shortstop. It is Jose Ramirez, who's moved into the traditional shortstop spot from third base. And there's a fastball that misses outside. And it's back-to-back walks by Plesac as Kepler is aboard. And that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Kyle Garlick. Last night, the Guardians took one on the chin from the Twins as they dropped the 11-1 decision. Twins were able to smash a couple of home runs last night in that ball game. And of course, today they're looking to continue the roll from last night. It's the second of a 5-game series, the first of a doubleheader today. It's a day-night variety. And there is a breaking ball that misses outside for Garlick, and the count is 1-0. Garlick on the season is batting .277. He's got 6 homers and 15 RBIs. Plesac is really struggling here in his first inning of work. He could use a double play ball to get out of this. Here comes the 1-0 pitch, and it is a breaking ball that is swung on and missed. And the count is now even to Garlick at 1-1. We're talking a little bit about last night's game and that 11-1 affair. Sonny Gray picked himself up his 4th win of the season as Tristan McKenzie took that one on the chin last night. McKenzie's record dropped to 4-6. And here's the pitch from Plesac. It is a fastball swung on and grounded foul just past the bag at third base, and the count now goes to 1-2. Last night, the home runs for the Twins were by Gary Sanchez, Nick Gordon, and Carlos Correa. 2 of those homers from Gordon and Sanchez came off the arm of Tristan McKenzie. It was a reliever, Brian Shaw, who served up the Correa blast. It is a different looking lineup today for the Twins as Buxton and Urshela and Jeffers have got the day off after the night game last night. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Garlick. Plesac checks the runner at second base, Correa, and he checks him again. And now he kicks and he fires. It is a breaking ball, swung on and missed. And Garlick is retired on strikes for out number 2 here in the first inning, and that's going to leave it all up to Alex Kirilloff. One of the keys for the Twins is the bat of Alex Kirilloff. He was a first-round pick back in the 2016 draft by the Twins, taken out of a Pennsylvania high school in the Pittsburgh area. And Kirilloff has been besieged a little bit by injuries over the last couple of years. They have high hopes for the left-handed hitting today first baseman, and there's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Kirilloff this season has yet to hit his first home run. He's batting .242. He's got no homers and 10 RBIs. Last year in his rookie season, he smashed 8 homers and drove in 34. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to first. It is neatly fielded by the first baseman, Miller. He picks it up and he takes it himself. And that is going to do it here for the Twins in their half of the first inning. So for the Twins, they had no runs in the inning. There were no hits. There were no errors. They strand 2 aboard. We're through a half an inning. It is the Minnesota Twins nothing. The Cleveland Guardians coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the first inning in just a couple moments. We're glad you guys could be here with us. Here is our friend Matt Hollis after the game. Be sure to check out his channel and let him know what you think.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom of the first inning, and the Twins are sending left-hander Devin Smeltzer to the hill to face the Cleveland Guardians. Smeltzer is 4-1 on the season. He's worked 44 and a third innings. He's pitched to a tune of a 3.05 ERA. He's more of a pitch-to-contact type of pitcher. He doesn't have a high strikeout rate. He's only struck out 22 in 44 and a third innings. So the lefty is here on the mound to get things going for the Twins this afternoon, and he's going to face Stephen Kwan, Ahmed Rosario, and Jose Ramirez, the 1-2-3 hitters in the order. And here's the first offering from Smeltzer. It's an 87-mile-an-hour fastball that jumps in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Stephen Kwan getting the start in left field today. Had a fantastic start to the season. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. The league has caught up to him and adjusted, but Kwan has seemingly looks like he's adjusted back as he's been able to maintain the average in the upper close to 300 range. And there's a fastball swung on. This is lifted into center field. Moving over to his left is Celestino. He's going to make the catch, and that is going to do it with one up and one away. Kwan is retired on a fly ball to center field. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Ahmed Rosario. For Rosario on the season, he's hitting .275. He's got a couple of homers and 19 runs batted in. They do have some players in this Guardians lineup who can run a little bit. Rosario would be one of those. He's got 8 stolen bases this year. He's probably on pace to get close to 20. He's got a chance for that. And here comes the pitch from Smeltzer. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. The other players who can run a little bit are Jose Ramirez and Miles Straw that are in the lineup today. All three of those players, if they can have a decent year, they all should be north of 20. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-0 to Rosario. Base stealing has gone way down in recent years, and some of that you can point to is how the game has changed on how they hold pitchers, or pitchers hold the runners, and how catchers are able to catch and release. Their technique is far better, as there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Smeltzer ready to deliver, and there's a breaking ball swung on, and it is grounded through the 6 hole past the diving shortstop, Carlos Correa. Ball's going to get into left field, and Rosario's got hit the first hit of the ball game for either team as he's aboard with a single. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Jose Ramirez. Well, certainly Kwan and Rosario setting the table. Jose Ramirez is a very dangerous hitter. He's batting .300 on the season. He's got 16 homers, but he's got 63 runs batted in. Ramirez is in scoring position immediately when he steps into the batter's box. And Smeltzer throws over to first base, and getting back in time is the base runner, Rosario. Smeltzer holds at the belt, and he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses down and away. And the count is 1-0 to Ramirez. The catcher, Gary Sanchez, wanted that pitch outside. He tried to jerk it up into the zone. That pitch there was definitely not a strike. So 1 ball, Ramirez stops and steps out. And we're going to do this all over again. Here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1 on Ramirez. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Smeltzer working fairly quickly with the runner on base. He's holds set at the belt. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that Ramirez checks his swing on, and they said he went. That's going to run the count now to 1-2. Ramirez just couldn't hold up. Yeah, he definitely went all the way around. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ramirez. He waggles the bat, and here comes the offering from Smeltzer. It's a changeup that is swung on and belted foul down the third base line. He left that one up in the zone. Very fortunate that that one didn't get scorched into fair territory, as Ramirez was out in front. The third base coach for the Guardians had to deftly move out of the way quickly on that one. Here comes the 1-2 offering now from Smeltzer. He kicks and he fires. It's a fastball that misses up and away. That now runs the count to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As we said earlier, it's a beautiful day for baseball, but the center fielder for both teams seem to have struggled with the high skies. And here's the 2-2 pitch. And it is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and that's going to keep the count still at 2-2. In the first inning, when Luis Arias flew out to center field to Miles Straw, he was battling the sun. And so too here in the first inning when Stephen Kwan lifted one to Gilberto Celestino. So we'll see how that plays out here over the first couple of innings. There's a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count is now 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Ramirez. The runner at first is Rosario. There's one away here in the bottom of the first inning. We'll keep an eye on Rosario to see if they put him in motion to stand to the double play. And here comes the 3-2 offering now to Ramirez. Smeltzer holds at the belt, and he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on, and it is laced foul down the left field line down by the tarp. That's going to keep the count at 3-2. So this has turned into a quality at bat for Ramirez, no matter what the outcome will be. Smeltzer gets himself a new baseball. He rubs it up, and he's ready to go back to work quickly. He holds the ball at the belt, and now he's ready to go. And instead, he fires over to first base, and getting back in time is Rosario. They must have the same thing in their minds as I do in mine, where Rosario could be off to the races here. They are in a shift. They've got 3 fielders to the left side of the infield. It is a gaping hole on the right side for Ramirez. And here's the 3-2 offering. It is a breaking ball that is swung on. It is popped up in the infield. Coming in on it is the shortstop Correa. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to retire Ramirez on a pop to short. Again, he was battling the sun. He does a good job to be able to haul that one in. So gone is Ramirez for out number 2, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Franmil Reyes. For Reyes on the season, he's batting .209. He's got 4 homers and 14 RBIs. He hasn't really delivered the production this season as expected, although he has slowly started to pull his average up. He was hitting below the proverbial Mendoza line for much of the early part of the year. And here's the pitch from Smeltzer. It's a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-0 to Reyes. Reyes is a big fella. He did spend some time on the disabled list this year. He stands in. They list him at 6'5" and 265. The 265, I think, at times is conservative. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into shallow right field, and they can't seem to find it, and the ball is dropped in front of Max Kepler, and now coming all the way around from first base to score is Rosario. The ball was up in the air. The first baseman for the Twins, Alex Kirilloff, was running out. The second baseman was nowhere to be seen because they were playing Reyes in the shift, and the right fielder Kepler looked like he was jogging in, but you could see he was struggling with the sunlight. The second baseman, Arias, playing on the left side of second base, had a mile to come from, and Kepler could barely see the ball. You could see that Kirilloff was pointing, and Rosario does a great job of getting all the way home. It is going to go down as a double for Reyes and an RBI, and Rosario will score all the way from first base. That's going to go into the books as one of those ones that's I don't want to say a boneheaded play, but certainly a play that you could point to the shift and where you can see that the shift actually hurt them. It was probably a play that would have been easier for the second baseman to make in a traditional position. And so here comes the batter, Oscar Gonzalez, to the plate. The first pitch to him is a breaking ball that misses inside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. For Gonzalez, he's hitting .295 with a couple of homers and 14 RBIs. Gonzalez digs in and he waits on the offering from Smeltzer. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. We get that replay again, and as we say, that's a hard play for both certainly the first baseman. The right fielder's got to come a long way. There's a breaking ball that drops in for Gonzalez, and the count now goes to 2-1. And usually in that situation, it's an easier play for the second baseman. With Arias to the left field side of second base, he had to come a long way to get it. That ball dropped in, and that's going to cost the Twins here, and potentially it could be a problem later in the ball game if it's a one-run game. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Gonzalez. So the sun is already an immediate factor in Cleveland. So Smeltzer kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. And the count is now 3 balls and 2 strikes to Gonzalez. Reyes gets his lead at second base. Smeltzer checks the runner. Here's the 3-2 offering. It is a breaking ball that is swung on. This one is lifted down the right field line, but this one is going to get into the seats as it gets over top of the netting, and that's going to keep the count at 3-2 to Gonzalez. It was definitely a difficult play for the right fielder who had to come a long way. And of course, that was Kepler having to read that one. So 3 balls and 2 strikes, still talking about that same play that's put the Guardians up 1-0. So here comes the pitch, and it is a breaking ball that is swung on and missed. And Gonzalez is gone on strikes for out number 3, but the Guardians pick up a run in the inning. I think the Twins will want that one back. There was 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors, and one runner left the board. We're now through 1 complete. It is the Cleveland Guardians 1, the Minnesota Twins 0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the top of the second inning in just a couple moments. We're glad you guys could listen to us, whether you're on YouTube or Twitch. We appreciate you being here. Here is our friend Matt again. This is Matt Hollis. Thanks for sticking around with us.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the second inning. It is going to be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the batting order for the Twins. It'll be Gary Sanchez, Nick Gordon, and Jose Miranda to get things going against Zach Plesac. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Gary Sanchez. Sanchez is picked up his play as of late. His average has sunk a little bit, but he's been receiving the ball better and playing a little bit better behind the plate. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-2. On the season, he's hitting .227. He's got 9 homers and 34 runs batted in. He's only appeared in 58 games. This is game number 59 of the season for Sanchez. And now he asks for time, and he's going to get him reset in the batter's box. Sanchez was brought into Minnesota in that blockbuster trade that sent Josh Donaldson going the other way. And here's the pitch from Plesac. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-2. He, of course, was joined by Gio Urshela in the trade. Urshela is out of the lineup today as he played last night. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to Sanchez. And Plesac delivers. It is a breaking ball that Sanchez can't check his swing on. He went around, says the home plate umpire, and he is going to be retired for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that will bring up the left fielder, Nick Gordon. So Sanchez gone. Gordon steps to the plate. Gordon's batting .252 on the season. He's getting the start in left field today. He's got 3 homers and 11 RBIs. One of the thoughts was that this player would be an everyday stop for the Twins. And there's a 5 misses up in the way, and the count is 1-0. He was the first round pick of the Twins, 5th overall in the 2014 draft. And there is a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count now goes to 2-0. Gordon is the son of Tom Gordon, brother of D. Strange Gordon. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 3-0. Gordon had showed some speed in the minor leagues. He had the knee injury last year that really shook him up and put him in a ball that misses outside. That was in the 2020 season that he had the knee injury. We're 1 year behind, and that is ball 4 to Gordon. But at times in the minor leagues, there's twice that he stole over 20 bases in a season. It looked like he was going to be able to run a little bit, but we'll see how that surgery responds. He did steal 10 bags at the major league level last year with the Twins in 73 games. So that steps up Jose Miranda with 1 out and Gordon at first. Miranda batting .229 on the season with 4 homers and 16 RBIs, and Plesac fires over to first base, and diving back in time is the runner Gordon. So Miranda waiting on the offering, and again they throw over to first base, and again diving back in time is Gordon. And now they ask for time as Gordon's doing a little bit of yard work over at first base. So here we go back to the action. Plesac holds at the belt, and now he delivers, and it is a fastball that misses down, and that is ball 1 to Miranda. That's 5 in a row now delivered by Plesac, all for balls. Plesac threw 20 pitches in the first inning. He's already thrown 9 here in the second inning of work, and there is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. His breaking ball has been getting over for strikes. He's had difficulty with the fastball. So through 30 pitches, he's only thrown 15 strikes. He's struggling. That's not a good success rate. So Miranda waiting on the offering here from Plesac, who checks the runner at first. He comes set at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded over to short. They throw to second for 1. Back to first. And that will be an inning-ending double play as Miranda grounds into a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. So for the Minnesota Twins in their half of the second inning, they had no runs, there was no hits, there was no errors, and nobody left the board. We're through 1.5. It is the Minnesota Twins 0. The Cleveland Guardians have 1. They're coming to bat here in the bottom of the second inning, and we'll be back in just a couple moments, everybody, with the call for you here and all the action. Appreciate you stopping in and being here. It's a beautiful day for baseball in Cleveland. Here's our friend Steve Rademacher.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher, and if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day. And there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom of the second inning. It is Andreas Jimenez, Owen Miller, and Sandy Leon to face the left-hander for the Minnesota Twins, Devin Smeltzer. The first pitch was a breaking ball delivered to Jimenez that he took for a strike, and the second one was a breaking ball that he waved at and missed. And Jimenez is quickly in the hole at 0-2. Jimenez on the season is batting .318. He's got 8 homers and 35 runs batted in. Here's the offering from Smeltzer, and it's a fastball that hits him right in the ribs, and down goes Jimenez. He is going to be in a bit of a heap of pain, and that is going to put him. I certainly wasn't expecting that 0-2 to come inside with the heat, and I don't think Jimenez was either. And he is down, and the trainers are out. Second time in as many innings that the trainer has had to come out to see somebody, but Jimenez, looks like he may have got fortunate. Maybe he didn't get it in the ribs, but it looks like he got it on the back of the tricep on the throwing arm. So that'll be interesting there, but it looked like it may have ricocheted off and got him in the back as well. So down he is, and they're come out to take a look at him. He's up on his feet, and he's on his way running gingerly to first base. So Jimenez is aboard, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Owen Miller. For Miller on the season, he's hitting .255. He's got 4 homers and 33 runs batted in. Miller was off to a cracking start for the Guardians at the beginning of the year, but he has slowed his pace down a little bit. He was a part of that big trade that the Guardians made with the San Diego Rays for Mike Clevenger a few years ago, and he takes a first pitch breaking ball 75 miles an hour for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Smeltzer holds at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a changeup that is swung on and a line foul. That is the second time in as many innings that the third base coach for the Guardians has been the target of the baseball over there. It ricocheted off, and then he made a soccer-style stave. It's going to run the count to 0-2 on Miller. When you think of the trade that the Guardians made, and we'll get back to that in a minute, there was a fastball swung on. It's grounded to short, over to second for 1, back to first. That's a double play as Jimenez is erased at second. Miller grounds into the 6-4-3 double play. That is 2 away, and that's going to leave it all up to the catcher, Sandy Leon. Just to finish off a little bit about that trade that the Guardians made with the Padres that brought Miller over to the Guardians organization. It was Greg Allen and Mike Clevenger who went over to the Padres. In return, the Guardians ended up with Cal Quantrill, Josh Naylor, Austin Hedges, Owen Miller, Gabriel Arias, who's supposed to be a star in the minors. He's been up a little bit and down, and Joey Cantillo. The first pitch to Leon is a fastball that misses for ball 1. So when you think about it, there's about 4 or 5 players that have been on the active roster this year, and Quantrill, Naylor, Hedges. Arias has been up, and of course you've got Miller. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count's 1-1 to Leon. Smeltzer now working quickly, and there's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is belted to deep left field. Racing back onto the warning track is Gordon, and he's going to make the catch. And that is going to do it for Leon. He sent it a long way, but not long enough, as the left fielder Gordon's able to haul it in for the third out of the inning. So for the Guardians in their half of the second, there was no runs, there were no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 2 complete. It is the Cleveland Guardians 1, the Minnesota Twins nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the top of the third inning. After this, we're glad you guys could poke in and check it out. Again, here is our friend Dave.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave, Zero Thought Sports Card. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the third inning, and it's going to be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the Minnesota batting order to face the right-hander Zach Plesac, and that'll be Gilberto Celestino, Luis Arias, and Carlos Correa. The Guardians got their run back in the first inning when Ahmed Rosario came all the way around to score on a double that fell into shallow right field off the bat of Franmil Reyes. Arguably could have been the third out of the inning, but Max Kepler had to come a long way from right field. The Minnesota Twins were in a shift, so the second baseman, who probably would have had a best chance to make that play, was on the left side of second base, and the first baseman, Alex Kirilloff, it was a difficult play for him to get to. That ball fell in, and that is where we stand right now with a 1-0 lead for the Guardians as we cruise on into the top of the third inning. So 9-1-2 in the order. And the first pitch to Celestino is a fastball swung on and fouled away down the right field line, and the count is quickly 0-1. So after a inning where, in the first inning, where Plesac really struggled to find command of his pitches, walking the 2 of the first 3 batters he's faced, he has settled down. He still has delivered 3 walks. There's a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 0-2 to Celestino. Celestino on the season is batting .299. He's got no homers and 5 RBIs. There's not a lot of juice in the bat of this speedy center fielder. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses up and away, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Celestino. Plesac gets the sign from Leon, and he's ready to go to work. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball, swung on and missed. And Celestino is retired on strikes for the first out of the inning. That's the 3rd strikeout on the ball game for Plesac. That's going to bring up the top of the order in Luis Arias. For Arias today, he is 0 for 1. His average has slipped to 343. He's got a little bit of juice. He's got 4 homers and 26 runs batted in. For a while, he was perched atop of all of Major League Baseball in batting average, but he has dropped off a little bit as of late. There's a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-0 to Arias. Arias waggles the bat as he hits from the left side of the plate. Plesac rocks into the motion and delivers. It's a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Arias. Plesac gets the sign from Leon, and he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. And the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Luis Arias. And there Plesac delivers. It is a changeup that's swung on and fouled away over on the third base side. It's going to reach the seats just beyond the dugout. Runs the count to 2-2. 2 2. 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 So Arias will be followed by Correa here in the third inning. They pretty much have Arias as straight away as you can play these days. Not a whole lot of shifting. They are giving up the third baseline. There's a pop-up into shallow left field, and Ramirez is back underneath it, and he's battling the sun, and that ball is going to drop in. I played havoc on him, and that ball is down for a hit. He was all spun around and turned around, and that is going to drop in. It's going to be another base hit. And that, as we said in the first inning, you could just see the sunlight was creating havoc. And you're going to have to ask Jose Ramirez why he's got his sunglasses on his hat and not while he's battling the sun to have to make the catch. Arias was not running particularly hard out of the box. He's going to be held at a single. So a couple of mistakes on the play. Mistake number one by the Guardians' third baseman, Ramirez. Doesn't have his sunglasses on. And then the other mistake is Luis Arias Cadillacing it out of the box and being held to a single. There's the first pitch to Correa that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Well, now we'll have to keep an eye on Arias. If there's a single here out of the next couple of batters, if he was on second base, he's got a very good chance to score. There's a fastball that misses inside. The count is 1-1. But when you're at first base, it's going to have to take an extra base hit, one would think, to be able to score Arias from first. So some boneheaded base running and some questionable decision-making on the part of Jose Ramirez to wear his sunglasses. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2. But as we noted in the beginning of the ball game, when Arias flew out to center field, the center fielder, Miles Straw, and then, of course, in the bottom of the first inning, Roberto Celestino struggling with the high skies here in Cleveland. There's the breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count now is 2-2. Sometimes that happens. Players will get a little too complacent with themselves. Max Kepler is waiting his turn on deck as the Guardians have that 1-0 lead. There's a breaking ball swung on it. It is popped up. It's going to reach the seats behind home plate, and that's going to keep the count at 2-2 to Correa. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The runner at first is Arias, and Correa is the hitter here for the Twins in their half of the third inning. He waggles the bat, and now he's waiting on the offering from Plesac. Plesac checks the runner over at first. He comes set at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and tapped foul. He's going to reach the outstretched arms of Tristan McKenzie, who's leaning over at the dugout trying to make a play. That's going to keep the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Correa. I'm sure the pitching coaches will swallow hard when they see their pitchers trying to make plays on foul balls. Without their gloves on, that's for sure. Here's the 2-2 offering now from Plesac. And there is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Correa is a tough out. He's a professional hitter without a doubt. He has stepped into the Twins lineup and not missed a beat with what he was doing in the batting order in Houston. And so here comes the 2-2 offering. It kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep right center field. Moving back on the warning track, but he's going to have the room is the right fielder, Oscar Gonzalez. He makes the catch, and heading back to first is Arias. Correa sent it for a ride. That was a long, long drive. But he just came up a little bit short as Gonzalez hauls it in on the warning track in right center field. And that is going to do it for Correa. That'll bring up the right fielder, Max Kepler. For Kepler today, he is officially 0 for 0. He walked his first time up. He's batting .240 on the season with 7 homers and 33 runs batted in. The German-born and trained right fielder for the Twins waits on the offering from Plesac, who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is looped foul just down the left field line. It's going to get over to the tarp, and the Cleveland's finest police officer will have to pick that one up. So no balls and 1 strike to Kepler. Kepler waggles the bat, and he's waiting on the offering from Plesac, who holds at the belt. And now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball that just misses up and in, and the count is 1-1. It looked like Sandy Leon really wanted that call. But not in the eyes of the umpire was he going to get it. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Kepler, and here's the offering from Plesac. It's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-2. I have to say that pitch before actually kind of looked a little bit better than the one that got called the strike there. Last one was on the outside corner. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to Kepler. Kyle Garlick is waiting his turn on deck should Kepler be able to get on. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to first. Nice play by Miller, who fields it and takes it himself. And that is going to do it here for the Twins in their half of the 3rd inning. So for the Twins, there was no runs in the inning. There was 1 hit, the sun-aided hit by Arias. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 2.5. It is the Cleveland Guardians 1, the Minnesota Twins nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. After this, we're glad you guys could pop in here with us today for some afternoon baseball. Just a reminder, we will be back on the air again tomorrow. And for that matter, every day for the rest of the week with some Major League Baseball, so hopefully you can tune in.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving here to the bottom half of the 3rd inning, and it is the 9-1-2 hitters in the batting order. And it'll be Miles Straw, Stephen Kwan, and Ahmed Rosario to face Devin Smeltzer. And the first 2 pitches to Straw were a fastball inside and a breaking ball outside, so the count is now 2-0 to Straw. Straw on the season is hitting .203. He's got no homers and 8 RBIs. He's got 11 stolen bases. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count is now 2-1. It did a double take for Straw. Certainly looked like it was ball 3 to us. And the Guardians center fielder wasn't convinced it was a strike either. And there's a changeup that is swung on and fouled away, and the count now is 2-2. And, and when you watch that sequencing, that probably would have been ball 4 because that pitch didn't look like it was a strike either. So sometimes the umpires, when they miss a pitch, it can change the complexion of the at-bat, and that's what we have here with Straws. The count is 2-2. So Smeltzer rocks into the motion and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And Straw is retired on strikes for the first out. I'm sure he will feel like he was hard done by in that at-bat. as the first two pitches were balls, and it looked like he was on his way to a walk. Lots of roster movement for the Guardians, as we said that Sandy Leon was acquired from the Reds for cash and inserted today in the lineup. Austin Hedges is on the 7-day injured list with the concussion. Here's the first offering from Smeltzer. It's a breaking ball. It's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Kwan. So Kwan for 1 today. And there's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left center field. Moving over to his right and making the catch is going to be Celestino, and Kwan is retired for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 away, and that'll leave it up to the shortstop, Ahmed Rosario. For Rosario on the day, he has got a single in his only trip to the plate, and he's scored the only Guardian run. He came around all the way from first on that bleeder double by Franmil Reyes. He takes a first pitch breaking ball over for a called strike. Count is 0-1. Rosario in the month of June has the second most amount of hits in all of baseball. Dansby Swanson has the most at 37. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. Count is now 0-2 to Rosario. 34 base hits in the month for Rosario. That's helped bring his average up to 275. He had a slow start in the first couple of months of the season, and there is a breaking ball swung on. It is looped into shallow center field. Coming hard is Celestino. He dives. He can't make the catch. The ball squirts away. Rounding first is Rosario, but he's got to slam on the brakes. He's got himself a base hit here. That's the second hit of the ball game for Rosario, and his hit parade continues as that's number 35 for the month of June. Really good play by Celestino. He was coming hard, but what was good about it is that he was able to keep the ball from getting by him. Rosario turned on the jets as he rounded first base. I would say this, that Rosario, there's another case of a player not running hard out of the batter's box. If he was coming hard out of the batter's box, he might have been able to get all the way into second base. There's a breaking ball delivered to Jose Ramirez that misses down and in, and the count is 1-0. Ramirez is 0 for 1 today. He popped out to the shortstop his first time up. His average has dipped to 299 on the season. He's got those 16 homers and 63 runs batted in. And here's the offering from Smeltzer. It's a fastball that misses inside. And the count is now 2-0. There is frustration when you see players that are not running hard out of the batter's box. And all of a sudden the ball drops down and they're rounding. All of a sudden they pick up the speed another gear, especially Rosario. He runs really well. There's a breaking ball swung on and tap foul over on the third base side. The count is now 2-1 to Jose Ramirez. Ramirez gets himself dug in, and he's ready to go on the offering from the left-hander Smeltzer, who holds at the belt. He checks the runner at first, and now he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is popped up over on the third base side. In behind is the shortstop Correa. He drifts into foul territory and makes the catch. And that is going to do it for Ramirez. That's the second time in as many at-bats as he's popped up to the shortstop. He is gone for out number 3. So for the Guardians in their half of the third inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 3 complete. It is the Cleveland Guardians 1, the Minnesota Twins nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call. The top of the 4th inning in just a couple moments. We're glad you guys could check us out today, whether you're listening live or on delay. We appreciate you being here.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of the channel. Be sure to check out Steve Rademacher after the game. We'll be back with a call at the top of the fourth inning after this. Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the top of the fourth inning, and Zach Plesac is on to begin his fourth inning of work. It is going to be Kyle Garlick, Alex Kirilloff, and Gary Sanchez to face him here. It is the heart of the Minnesota batting order. They'll face Plesac here in his half of the inning. And here comes the first offering from Plesac. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Garlick today is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. His average has slipped to 273. He's got the 6 homers and 15 RBIs. And here's the pitch from Plesac. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded over to short. It's fielded neatly by Rosario. He throws to first, and Garlick is gone for out number 1. It's ground out 6-3, and that is going to bring up the first baseman, Alex Kirilloff. For Kirilloff, he is 0 for 1 today. He grounded to the first baseman his first time up. He steps in on the left side to face the right-hander Plesac. Kirilloff's average has dipped to 238, and Plesac rocks and delivers. It's a fastball that comes under the hands for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So Kirilloff batting 242 when he entered the game. Doesn't have a lot of at-bats. He takes a breaking ball that cuts in for a called strike, and the count is 0-2. Both pitches were inside to Kirilloff, the fastball under the hands, and the breaking ball then that dropped in at the knees. So no balls and 2 strikes. Kirilloff waggles the bat, waiting on the offering from the right-hander Plesac. Plesac gets his sign from Leon, and now Kirilloff has asked for time as he felt that Plesac has taken far too long. He probably would have a case. So Kirilloff again gets himself dug in. He taps the plate. And now we're ready to go back to work. Plesac rocks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kirilloff, and here's the offering from Plesac. It is a changeup that is swung on and missed, and Kirilloff is retired on strikes for out number 2, and that's going to leave it all up to Gary Sanchez. That is strikeout number 4 for Plesac on the ball game. The way that things were looking in the first inning, you had to wonder if Plesac was going to be around long, but he has settled into a groove now. He's only allowed 1 hit and has walked 3 batters. So Gary Sanchez strides to the plate. Sanchez struck out his first time up. His average has dipped down to 226, and the first pitch is a breaking ball that is swung on and missed. The count is quickly 0-1. Sanchez has those 9 homers and 34 RBIs on the season. He homered in last night's game. He's got some juice in the stick, and there's a fastball swung on. It is grounded to the right side of second base, and it's going to be into center field for a single. Sanchez, good piece of hitting. They had cleared out everybody to the left side of the infield. Plesac tried to stop it. That ball got by him, and it's all the way into center field for a base hit. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Nick Gordon. For Gordon, he is officially 0 for 0 today. He has walked He walked his first time up. He's batting .252 on the season with 3 homers and 11 RBIs. Sanchez establishes his lead at first base. He's not really a threat to run. He's got 1 stolen base on the season, and there's a breaking ball swung on and missed by Gordon. The count is 0-1. Gordon is just a diminutive player catcher. Certainly plays above his size. Lift him at 6 foot and 160 pounds. I might argue the 6 foot part. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. But he does look all the part of 160 pounds. He is a little jackrabbit. He's 26 years old. He'll be 27 in late October. Seems like he's been around in the Twins organization forever. Drafted way back in the first round of the 2014 draft. And here comes the 0-2 offering. Plesac kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is looped into left center field. It's going to get down. It is fielded by the center fielder Straw. Stopping at second base is Sanchez. As that ball was in left center field, and Straw was able to field it, had a good line toward third base. It's going to bring up the third baseman, Jose Miranda, with runners at first and second. Good piece of hitting by Gordon to inside out the ball into left center field. So the Twins have something brewing here with 2 out in the top of the 4th inning, and Miranda to the plate. Miranda is 0 for 1 today. He grounded into a double play his first time up. He bats from the right side against the right-hander Plesac. Plesac comes set at the belt. Checks the runner at second, and now he delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats over on the first side. And the count is 0-1 to Miranda. So no balls and 1 strike. This is the only game going on in Major League Baseball this afternoon. We'll have a full slate of games on tomorrow. It's the first of 2 games between the Twins and Guardians today. The second one will go at 7:10 Eastern. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and the count is now 0-2 to Miranda. And the second game of the double dip, it'll be Winder versus Pilkington. The Twins send Winder to the hill with a 2-2 record. Cleveland will counter with Pilkington, who is 1-0. They have a full slate of games around Major League Baseball tonight. Only one in the afternoon. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. The breaking ball from Plesac that misses down and away, and the count is now 1-2 to Miranda. Miranda will be followed by Gilberto Celestino should he be able to find a way on base here. They are shading Miranda to the left side of the infield, but they have the fielders in their natural positions at second and short. And there's a changeup swung on. This ball is lifted down the right field line, racing over toward the foul line and near the seats, but it's going to drift into the seats past the outstretched arms of Oscar Gonzalez. Looked initially like Gonzalez had a beat on the ball. He was going to be able to make the play, but the wind just kept taking it and taking it and taking it. Ended up about 3 or 4 rows back. And he stands there from where Gonzalez was. That's going to keep the count at 1-2 to Miranda. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Plesac gets a new baseball. He rubs it up, and now he's ready to go back to work. He's getting the signs from Sandy Leon with the runner Sanchez on at second. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on, and that is driven foul down the right field line. And the count is going to remain at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Miranda will be followed by Celestino. That's the 8 and 9 hitters in the batting order for the Twins. The runner at second is Sanchez. The runner at first is Gordon. Here comes the offering from Plesac. And he kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Miranda. For Jose Miranda, it's originally a second-round pick of the Twins back in the 2016 draft. He's a Puerto Rican native, drafted out of the Leadership Christian Academy in Puerto Rico. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2. It is his first foray into the major leagues this year. He's 24 years old. He's got a little bit of pop in the stick from the right side. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is to Miranda. Played predominantly the corners. He's a first baseman and a third baseman. Today he got the nod at third base with Gio Urshela getting the afternoon off. One would think Urshela will be back in the lineup this evening. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. Plesac delivers it as a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right center field. Coming over on it is Straw. He calls off Reyes, and he's going to make the catch in front of the warning track, and that is going to do it here for the Twins in their half of the 4th inning. They threaten, but they don't score. They had no runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left aboard. We're now through 3.5. It is the Cleveland Guardians 1, the Minnesota Twins 0. Everybody will be back with the call at the bottom of the 4th inning. Just a couple minutes. We're glad you guys could stop in and check it out today. Here is our friend Matt again.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
That's right, everybody. After the game, be sure to check out Matt Hollis and another Hollis build. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call at the bottom of the 4th inning. We're glad you guys could be with us. 1-0 Guardians over the Twins. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the heart of the Cleveland batting order coming up to face Devin Smeltzer in their half of the 4th inning. That means it's going to be Franmil Reyes, Oscar Gonzalez, and Andreas Jimenez to get things going for the Guardians. Guardians' only run of the ball game came back in the 1st inning on a sun-aided double by Franmil Reyes. And he was able to knock in Ahmed Rosario all the way over from first base as the Minnesota Twins were battling the sunlight. And as we said before, the positional alignment did not favor them. That was a ball that did beat the shift and maybe wouldn't have beat a traditional defense. So Reyes steps in, and here's the first offering from Smeltzer. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. 48 pitches through the first 3 innings for Smeltzer. As he's ready to deliver again to Reyes, there's a changeup that misses inside. The count goes to 1-1. The big fella needs to get things going here as he's pulled his average up to 214 now on the season. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count goes to 1-2 on Reyes. As we said in the earlier part of the game, he is listed at 6'5" and 265, and the 265 might be on the light side. Reyes is a big man. He has a huge presence in the box. And here comes the 1-2 offering from Smeltzer. He rocks into the motion and he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count goes to 2-2. You just get the feeling in this one run is not going to do it. Just the way that the Skies are playing havoc with the defenders so far. And there is a changeup that is swung on and missed. And Reyes is down on strikes for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away. That is going to bring up Oscar Gonzalez. That's the third strikeout of the ball game for Smeltzer. It's not one of his fortes, as we said entering the game. He strikes about one batter out every half an inning, or a half a batter every inning. 44 innings, 22 strikeouts. And here's the first pitch. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. He is a pitch to contact type of hitter or pitcher. As hitters are able to put the ball into play, you need some decent defense behind him. There is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So Smeltzer rocks into the motion. He delivers. It is a fastball that swung on and fouled away. And the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Oscar Gonzalez. So Gonzalez, who entered the game today hitting .295, his average has slipped a little bit. They had to clear some room, did the Guardians. And there's a breaking ball waved at and missed, and Gonzalez has gone on strikes for the second out of the inning, both by the way of the strikeout. Just saying that they had to clear some room for this logjam in the outfield, as a couple other players had been designated as for assignment, Oscar Mercado being one of them. But Gonzalez, I haven't seen much of him this year, but he definitely fills a uniform out well. The Guardians have a guy who looks like he could play the position, but then you could also have said that about Bradley Zimmer a few years ago. A center fielder who's with the Blue Jays organization now. There's a first pitch breaking ball delivered to Jimenez that's fouled away, and the count is 0-1. If they played how they looked, you'd figure that Gonzalez would be a phenomenal player for years to come, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. So no balls and 1 strike to Jimenez. He is aboard on a hit by pitches first time up, and there's a breaking ball that swung on and missed, and now the count is 0-2. Jimenez is batting .318 on the season. He's got 8 homers and 35 runs batted in. Guardians can roll out an offense that has a little bit of speed. They run as a team fairly well. And there's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jimenez. When I think of this club here, you got to think that there's going to be multiple players at the end of the season that'll be in double-digit stolen bases. Just in the lineup today, they've got Ramirez and they've got Straw, and there's a fastball that swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 1-2. But they'll have some players such as Rosario and Jimenez and possibly even Stephen Kwan who will get to that double-digit mark as well. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to Jimenez. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs. It backs Jimenez off the plate. Jimenez already hit by the pitches last time up. It caught him in the tricep and then into the backside of the ribs. So that gets him a little bit gun shy there. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep center field. Going back onto the warning track and making the catch is Celestino as he braces himself against the wall. Jimenez sent it for a ride, but not far enough. That is going to do it here for the Guardians in their half of the 4th inning. So there was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 4 complete. It is the Guardians 1, the Twins nothing. Stick around, everybody. We're glad you're with us today, whether you're listening live or on delay. We'll be right back in just a few after this from our friend, Steve Rademacher. Be sure after the game to go check out his channel.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have Lira. We have Yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Welcome back, everybody. We're cruising to the top of the fifth inning. It is going to be Gilberto Celestino, Luis Arias, and Carlos Correa, the 9-1-2 hitters in the batting order to face Zach Plesac. Gilberto Celestino is 0 for 1 today. He struck out his first time up. And he's facing the pitcher Plesac for the second time, and he takes a breaking ball over for a called strike. And the count is quickly 0-1. Celestino's average has dipped to 297 on the year. He has played some pretty stellar center field for the Twins. There's a breaking ball that misses up and in, and the count is 1-1. But he is kind of all glove, no bat. He hasn't really shown a lot of pop in the stick. So here comes the offering from Plesac. It is a breaking ball that is waved at and missed, and the count is now 0-2. On the season, Celestino's only got 5 doubles. He has no triples and no home runs. So not a lot of extra base. He's a punch and Judy hitter at his finest. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2 to Celestino. 75 pitches in the ballgame for Plesac. He's really settled down after his first inning. He's thrown 50 strikes and 25 balls. He walked the first 2 hitters of the game. At one point, he was on his first 30 pitches. He was only 15 strikes. And there's a fastball swung on it. It is grounded into the hole at second. It is fielded nicely by the second baseman, Jimenez. He spins and fires to first. And Celestino is going to be retired on a ground out 4-3. A nice play by Jimenez going into the 4-hole. He had to stretch it out. He really broke it down and had a nice turnaround and fire to first. So 1 away it is here for the Twins. Then I'll bring the top of the order, Luis Arias, to the plate. For Arias, he is 1 for 2 today. He singled his last time up, and he's flown to center field. And here's the first offering from Plesac. It is a changeup that catches the inside corner. The count is quickly 0-1. The one thing I notice about Plesac, they like to often say that they want to see about a 10-mile-an-hour, 8 to 10-mile-an-hour difference between the fastball and the changeup. There's a fastball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. Well, that might have been one of the faster pitches we've seen today from Plesac. That came in at 93 miles an hour, but generally 91, 92, and then his changeup has been floating in between 85 and 87. There's a fastball at 93 that backs Arias off the plate, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Arias. It'll be Carlos Correa who waits his turn on deck. And Plesac is rocking into the motion, and he's ready to deliver. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Arias. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander Plesac gets the sign from his catcher, Leon, and now he's ready to go back to work. He rocks into the motion, and he kicks and delivers. And it is a changeup swung on and missed. And Arias was way out in front of that one. He has gone on strikes for the second out of the inning. That's going to leave it all up to the shortstop, Carlos Correa. It's the 5th strikeout of the ball game for Plesac. As we said, he's really settled down after that first inning with the command of his pitches. He'd walked the first 2 hitters in inning number 1, and now he is pretty much in cruise control since then. He's given up a couple of hits, but no real loud swings since then. There's a first pitch fastball to Correa that backs him off the plate, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. And we've got Atik Ariham in the house here today. He says Minnesota for the win. Well, not the way it's looking right now. Here comes the offering from Plesac. It's a breaking ball that is grounded foul. The count is 1-1. And neither of these two teams' offenses have shown up after last night's game, where the Twins have put up 11 runs on the board last night. At 3 homers, they really haven't been threatening very much here. They've only twice had runners to second base. Here comes the 1-1 offering from Plesac. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And the count now goes to 1-2. So sometimes we get a lot of the gambling folk that come in, especially on our late night games when we're doing the Japanese League. I'd have to say that this one here, it's kind of hard to tell. There's a fastball that's going to go upstairs, and the count is now 2-2. Sometimes on day games after night games, it's almost like a getaway game where the two teams are looking to get away. The offense is a bit stagnant. They're not in their normal routine, although today it's a little weird because you have a doubleheader going on tonight. There's a breaking ball that's swung on and missed. And Correa is put away for out number 3 here in the 5th inning. 2 strikeouts for Plesac. So for the Twins in their half of the 5th inning, there was no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 4.5. It is the Guardians 1, the Twins nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the 5th inning in just a minute. Paul Martinez checks in. He says first 5 under 2.5. It's looking pretty good for that. And we'll be back in just a couple moments with all the call here for everybody else. Hang tight, guys. We're glad you're with us.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's going to be Owen Miller, Sandy Leon, and Miles Straw coming to bat for the Guardians. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this with all the calls of this ball game between the Guardians and the Twins. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back, everybody. It is Miller, Leon, and Straw to face the left-hander Smeltzer. The first pitch to Miller was a breaking ball taken for a strike, and the second one was a breaking ball that missed inside. So we've got a 1-1 count here on Miller. And Smeltzer delivers. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to left field. He just got underneath it, and cruising underneath it is Gordon. He's going to make the catch, and that'll put Miller away for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 away, and that will bring up Sandy Leon. Our friend Paul Martinez says the first 5 under 2.5. Yeah, probably if that's what you're looking at in the top of the 5th inning, it's probably a safe bet with Sandy Leon, Miles Straw now coming to bat the bottom third of the batting order. They would have to probably get on to be able to turn it over for the top spot. But that would probably be the situation I would have looked at is, probably a safe bet. So Smeltzer ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that swung on and missed. And the count is quickly 0-1 to Leon. Just a reminder to everybody, we'll be back on the airwaves tomorrow on YouTube and Twitch. We'll be calling the game between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Milwaukee Brewers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is crushed, but this ball is going to hook foul. It is going to reach the seats well down the left field line. There was no fooling Sandy Leon on that one. He was way out in front of it and absolutely scorched it. but it was about 50 feet foul down the left field line. So no balls and 2 strikes to Leon. Here comes the offering from Smeltzer. It's a changeup that just misses down. The count is now 1-2. So tomorrow it'll be the Rays and the Brewers. We're going to be back to these same 2 teams on Thursday. There's a fastball that is swung on and missed. And Leon is down on strikes for the second out of the inning. That's going to leave it up to the center fielder, Miles Straw. Quite the ball game today for Smeltzer. As we said at the top of the stream, he doesn't strike out a lot of hitters. That is now his 5th strikeout in as many innings. He doesn't usually quite work at this pace. It is Miles Straw stepping to the plate, who is 0 for 1 today. Straw also struck out his first time up. And so Smeltzer rocks into the motion and he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. And our other programming. So Thursday we'll be back for the Guardians and the Twins. Friday we're going to do the Cubs and the Red Sox. So maybe you can join us for that one. It's Canada Day north of the border, but we're going to do the Cubs and the Red Sox. And down in Wrigley, 2 classic teams. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. It's now 0-2 to Straw. And then we're going to be into our regular Japanese action. So if you like the late night baseball, we'll be calling the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles and Chibalote Marines games 2 and 3 of that series on Saturday and Sunday in the Japanese League, or Friday and Saturday North American time. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Straw. There's 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The left-hander Smeltzer comes set at the belt. He rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And Straw goes down on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. The 6th strikeout of the ball game for Smeltzer. He is on a roll. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We are now through 5 complete. It is the Guardians 1, the Twins nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this from our friends and supporters of our channels. This is Steve Rademacher. After the game, be sure to check out Steve and everything he's got to offer on his channel.
Hey guys, and thank you, Freddie. Steve coming back at you. That's right, Steve Rademacher. I would like to thank each and every one of you that is tuned into my channel. And today, let's do a little shout out for some other great channels you should be watching. There is WVlogs 18. There's Big D's Sports and Collectibles. You all know another Hollis build. Why not Like Father, Like Son? That's a great duo that does some great stuff. It shows some great cards. And of course, the one and only Bud Stoney, creators of One of Ones, the creator of One of Ones, and they're all signed on the back. Bud Stoney, 1 of 1, like this beautiful Robin Yount that he made for me. He made me another Robin Yount, this time mini, and a Christian Yelich mini. Great cards, and he does more than cards. We have darts of Hulk Hogan and many other things. So give them a look-see and give me another look-see. Subscribers are always welcome, and back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve. We'll be back in 30 seconds with a call at the top of the 6th inning. We're glad you guys could be with us here today, whether you're listening live or on delay. We appreciate your support. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, and we are back at the live action. The first pitch delivered to Max Kepler is swung on. It is drilled into deep left center field. Racing back on it is the left fielder for the Guardians, Stephen Kwan. He leaps and makes the catch. And with 1 pitch, we have one away here in the 6th inning. Kepler is gone, and that is going to bring up the DH, Kyle Garlick. It is the 3, 4, and 5 hitters that were to get things going here for the Guardians, Kepler, Garlick, and Kirilloff. For Garlick on the afternoon, he is 0 for 2 today. He has struck out and grounded to short. We got back just a little bit late on the in-between innings, and it was right to work for Zach Plesac, and he delivers a fastball upstairs for ball one. The count is 1-0 to Garlick. Garlick has seen his average slip to 269 today. He's got 6 homers to go with 15 RBIs, and he takes a fastball at the knees for a called strike, and the count now is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Garlick. Garlick batting from the right side. He's got a very open stance. He waits on the offering from Plesac, and he swings through a 93-mile-an-hour fastball, and the count is now 1-2. Plesac has started to dial it up a little bit. He started the early part of the ball game where he was really at 90, 91 miles an hour. He had some difficulty locating his fastball. He walked a couple of batters in the first inning and another in the second, but he's really settled down after that. There's a breaking ball that misses wildly upstairs, and the count is now 2-2. As we said at the first 30 pitch of the ball game, he had thrown 15 balls and 15 strikes. When he got to the 75 pitch mark, he was at 50 strikes and 25 balls. Pretty impressive recovery from Plesac. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 3-2. This is the first time since the first inning that he's gone full to a hitter. He did that to Carlos Correa. He's been able to really manage his pitches pretty well after the first. And there is a changeup that swung on and missed. And Garlick has gone on strikes for the second out of the inning. It's the second time today he has gone down on strikes. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Alex Kirilloff, with 2 away. So Kirilloff steps in. He is 0 for 2. He's grounded to first, and he has struck out in his 2 trips to the plate. Holding the ball at the belt is Plesac, who rocks into the motion. He delivers. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Kirilloff. Kirilloff waggles the bat, and here's the offering from Plesac. It's a fastball swung on. It is popped up into shallow right center field. Moving back underneath it is the shortstop Rosario, and it almost squirts out of his glove. But he's able to haul it in for the 3rd out of the inning, and that is going to do it here for the Twins. They go quietly in the top of the 6th. There was no runs, there were no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 5.5. It is the Guardians 1, the Twins nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the bottom of the 6th in just a couple of moments. This game is skipping along pretty quick now. Both pitchers are in a groove. Here's our friend Dave at Zero Fox. Make sure you give him a look-see.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave, Zero Fox Sports Card. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Appreciate you, Dave. Be sure to check out Zero Fox Sports. Let him know Last Drafts Baseball sent you, and he'll send you a mystery pack of baseball cards. That's what he likes to do. We'll be right back in just a few minutes, everybody, after this.
Let's go. Yo. I'm like an addict, ooh, I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shoot tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna...
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the top of the order for the Guardians coming up here in the 6th inning. That means Stephen Kwan, Ahmed Rosario, and Jose Ramirez to get things going to face the left-hander Devin Smeltzer, who has been outstanding today. His only blemish has been that fly ball that ended up as a double for the DH Franmil Reyes that has accounted for the only run of the Guardians. The first pitch to Kwan was a breaking ball that missed outside, and the count is 1-0. Smeltzer back to work. He delivers a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Stephen Kwan. Smeltzer rocking into the motion. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. And the count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kwan. Kwan, Rosario, and Ramirez, the top of the order for the Guardians. They're looking to add to their 1-0 lead. Here comes the offering. It is a breaking ball that is waved at and missed. And Kwan has gone on strikes for the first out of the inning. That's 3 strikeouts in a row now for Smeltzer. He is on a roll for sure. That's the 7th of the ball game through his 6 innings of work. As we said at the top of the stream, he is more of a pitch-to-contact type of pitcher. Strikeouts are not his forte, but he is adding them up here today. And here comes Ahmed Rosario to the plate, and the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Rosario. Rosario has got 2 of the Guardians' hits today of their 3 hits. There is a check swing that's fouled away. Couldn't hold up, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Rosario. Rosario singled in the first inning and came home all the way from first on a bloop double down the right field line off the bat of Franmil Reyes. He's got the only run of the ball game. There's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Rosario. Smeltzer back to work. He drops a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and Rosario does a 180. He sure didn't like that call. I have to say that probably I wouldn't like that call either. That pitch looked like it was well off the outside corner of the plate. So here's the 2-2 offering, and there's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 2-2. I would have probably put Rosario in the driver's seat with a 3-1 count. Not much you can say there. The umpire has missed a couple of those today, and they've both been breaking balls. But for the most part, it's been a decent ball game. There's a changeup that misses down and away, and the count is now 3-2. Sometimes the umpires can be maligned, and sometimes rightfully so. But the home plate umpire here today, Lance Barksdale, has done a very good job of balls and strikes. Only a couple pitches that we would argue with. And there's a breaking ball. Let's take it for a called 3rd strike. Rosario stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by for out number 2. And he has retired here for the 2nd out of the inning. That's going to bring up the 3rd baseman, Jose Ramirez. So here comes the offering. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Ramirez. So here's the offering. It is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So rocking into the motion as the pitch from Smeltzer. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is laced down the left field line. It's into the corner. Rounding first and heading for second is Ramirez, and he's going to cruise in easily with a stand-up double. So Jose Ramirez hits a 2-out double here in the 6th inning. That's going to bring up Franmil Reyes to the plate. The Guardians, as a team, are 3rd in all of baseball with doubles, behind the Blue Jays and the Red Sox, and that is another double to add to their totals. So Ramirez is the runner at second. And Reyes is the batter at the plate. He is 1 for 2 today. He has doubled and struck out. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Reyes. So Reyes is waggling the bat, waiting on the offering, and here comes the pitch. He kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0 to Reyes. They do have an open base, and Reyes is a hitter that obviously would be a concern for Smeltzer, even though his average on the season has sitting at 213. They may want to consider taking their chances with the rookie Gonzalez, who waits on deck. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 3-0. Not sure why Rocco Baldelli just wouldn't hold up the four fingers right now and put the Franimal on first. So here comes the 3-0 offering. I check the runner Ramirez at second, and here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is now 3-1. It was the 92nd pitch of the ball game by Smeltzer. Now he comes set at the belt. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul over on the third base side. It gets up onto the tarp. So 3-2. Paul Martinez jumps in and he says, of course, they put up 11 runs yesterday and can't get you one today. Yeah, that's always the way it seems like. And sometimes as I said before, I'm always concerned on the day games after a night game where a pile of runs are scored. Sometimes they leave the bats in the freezer overnight. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. And the count is 3-2. It is one of those things that the day game after a night game, usually the advantage seems to go to the pitchers. I don't know, maybe the players were just out of their routine or can't quite get up from the night before. There's a breaking ball that swung on and missed. And Smeltzer comes all the way back to strike out Reyes, and he strikes out the side here in the 6th inning. Wonderful pitching performance by Devin Smeltzer today. There was no runs on one hit. There were no errors, and one runner left the board. We're now through 6 complete. It is the Guardians 1, the Twins nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call at the top of the 7th inning. I'm glad you guys could be with us here today. We appreciate your support, and in turn, hopefully you'll support us by considering to bookmark our channel and come on back and listen to some more baseball. We'll be right back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 7th inning. It's going to be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters coming to bat for the Twins. It'll be Gary Sanchez, Nick Gordon, and Jose Miranda due up in the Twins half of the 7th inning. We're going to keep an eye on the Guardians as we're getting into a time of the ball game where the teams are probably going to go to the bullpen, and it is exactly happening now. It's going to be Eli Morgan coming in to replace Zach Plesac. So Plesac's day is done. It was a pretty efficient start after that first inning where he'd walked a couple of batters. He really settled down. So Morgan is on in relief. He's appeared in 21 ball games this year. He's had one start. He's 3-2, and he has a 3.212 ERA. And the first pitch delivered to Gary Sanchez is taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. So Eli Morgan is in. Zach Plesac is out. And here's the pitch from Morgan. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Morgan, the right-hander, gets the sign from his catcher, and he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is belted to left field. It is going to be towards foul territory, and Stephen Kwan runs into the ball boy, who is just planted right there on his stool. He comes in behind him and he's like, hey, man. He gives him kind of a hug, but he's like, you're in a position where I need to be able to make that play. And unfortunately, the ball boy didn't move a muscle. And that is just a strike here for Sanchez. And the count's going to be 1-2. So here comes the 1-2 offering from Morgan. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And that's going to reach the seats over on the first base side. The count remains at 1-2. Of course, now the close-ups are all on the ball boy, who's sitting there and probably wondering what's going on. Well, if that ends up hurting the Guardians because they couldn't make a play on that, it'll be one of those Bartman moments. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, although Bartman wasn't the ball boy for the Cubs when they missed that ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes it is to Sanchez here, with Morgan facing his first hitter of the afternoon. There's a breaking ball swung on, his tap slowly back to the mound. Morgan fields it. He jogs toward first. He underhands it to the first baseman covering Miller. It's going to go down as a ground out 1-3 for the first out of the inning. That is going to bring up the left fielder, Nick Gordon. For Nick Gordon on the afternoon, he's been on base twice. He walked his first time. He singled the second time. So Morgan is the pitcher now in the ball game, and the first pitch he delivers to Nick Gordon is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1. Morgan was a graduate of Gonzaga University in the Pacific Northwest. He was a Bulldog, and there's a breaking ball that is swung on. It is popped up on the left side of the infield. It is in fair territory, and Ramirez is camping out underneath it. He's going to make the catch. And Gordon is retired for the second out of the inning. That's going to leave it up to Jose Miranda. They're getting into the deep water in the ball game now, and the Guardians bullpen is going to be put to test to see if they can close this one out. As we said back in the first inning, 1 run might be the difference in this game, and if it is a 1-run ball game, we can look back at the shift that beat the Twins. They like to shift, and they like to shift a lot. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away to Miranda, and the count is 1-0. That ball that fell in down the right field line on the Franmil Reyes bloop double may end up coming back to haunt the Twins. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count goes to 2-0. There is action in the Minnesota bullpen. Tyler Duffy and Griffin Jacks are up and throwing. And here's the offering. It is a changeup that is swung on and missed, and Miranda was way out in front. The count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Miranda. Miranda 0 for 2 today. He is grounded into a double play, and he flew out to center field in his 2 trips to the plate. Now he's waiting on the offering from the right-hander Morgan, who delivers a fastball that swung on and fouled away. And the count is 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Morgan gets himself a new baseball. Miranda gets himself set back in the box, and here we're ready to go at it again. And now Miranda asks for time as he feels that Morgan is taking too much liberties on the mound there. So here comes the offering from Morgan. It's a fastball that misses off the outside corner. They appeal down to first base. The first base umpire said Miranda didn't go. He was able to check his swing. That keeps the count now. It runs the count now to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Miranda steps in. He's ready on the offering from Morgan, who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's tap foul over at the first base side. It's going to keep the count at 3-2. So Morgan gets himself a new baseball. He picks up the rosin bag. He's ready to go back to work. He leans in and he gets the sign from his catcher, Leon. And he holds set at the belt. Here's the payoff pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is belted down into the left field corner. It's off the wall. It's fielded by Kwan. Digging for second is Miranda. Here comes the throw. It's not in time. Nice play by Kwan to go into the corner to have to dig that one out. And Miranda has got himself a 2-out double here in the 7th inning. That is going to leave it up to the center fielder, Gilberto Celestino. So Celestino steps to the plate. He is 0 for 2 today. He has struck out and grounded out. It looks like we're going to have a pinch runner at second base. Mark Contreras is coming into the game. He is going to place Jose Miranda. So he is on to pinch run. Contreras in the ball game. Miranda is done. Celestino steps to the plate here with 2 away and a runner in scoring position. Eli Morgan got himself 2 quick outs, and now he's got himself in a little bit of a jackpot here. With the runner at second and 2 away. Here comes the offering. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep left center field. Racing back, and it's going to be off the wall. And it's down. 1 run is across. Celestino digging hard. He's heading to third. Here's the throw. It's not in time. It squirts away from Ramirez. And Celestino has got himself a triple and an RBI to go with it. And the Twins have tied the ball game now at 1 here in the top of the 7th inning. So the bottom part of the batting order is what's done the damage here for the Twins. Our friend Paul Martinez, who checked in here earlier, saying they can't even get me 1 run. Well, now they can, and so let's see what happens now that the starting pitchers are gone and how this ball game is going to fare out now. So the throw, if Ramirez would have hung on, might have had a chance to get Celestino. It was hopped away from the third baseman. And now we have a visit to the mound as the Cleveland pitching coach has made his way out to talk to Eli Morgan. Morgan looked like he was cruising along, getting the first 2 outs pretty quickly, and then everything fell apart with the double to Miranda and the triple to Celestino. That brings up the top of the order, Luis Arias. Arias is 1 for 3. He's got a single, he's flown to center, and he has struck out in his 3 trips to the plate. They do have a left-hander up in the bullpen. Sam Hentges is getting himself loose, the big, lanky left-hander. So Arias steps in, swinging from the left side against the right-handed throwing Morgan. Morgan holds at the belt. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1 to Arias. Arias is 1 for 3 today. Our friend My Eye Hurts is in the house cheering for the Twins. And he says, Paul, you ain't lying, but we got a 1-1 ball game on our hands right now. There's a breaking ball swung on it. It's grounded up the middle, right to the shortstop, Rosario. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Arias on a ground out 6-3. But the Twins are on the board, and they have tied it all up here in the top of the 7th inning. They got 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 6.5. It is the Minnesota Twins 1, the Cleveland Guardians 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call. The bottom of the 7th inning in just a couple moments. We've got a good one on our hands now here in Cleveland. Let's see. It's the battle of the bullpens. As looks like Smeltzer's day is done as well. Here's our friend Steve.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers, and OPG baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the Royal Family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of our channel. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the call. The bottom of the seventh inning, we're all knotted up at ones. Hang tight, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the batting order for the Guardians, and they are going to be facing a right-hander coming in the ballgame. It's going to be Griffin Jax. Jax is making his 26th appearance for the Twins. He's 4-2. He's got a 2.80 ERA. He's worked 35 and a third innings. He's only walked 11 and struck out 42. So Griffin Jax, a right-hander in relief. He has taken over from Devin Smeltzer, who has had an outstanding start today. Gio Urshela is now in the ballgame. He's going to replace Jose Miranda. Miranda, of course, was pinch run for in the last inning. Urshela got the start off after the night game last night. So Urshela is in on defense, and the first pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. And the count is 0-1 on Gonzalez. Gonzalez is 0 for 2 today. He has struck out at both of his times to the plate. Our friend Paul Martinez says, let's get going here. And, of course, he's cheering for the Twins. Smeltzer is done. Griffin Jax is on in relief. It is now officially a battle of the bullpens. And as Gonzalez fouls that one off, and the count is now 0-2. A pretty good start by both pitchers. It was a shaky one for Plesac, but both really settled down. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the top deck in Cleveland. And that's going to make the count still at 0-2 to Gonzalez. So no balls and 2 strikes. Gonzalez, Jimenez, and Miller here in the 7th inning. As my friend, my eye hurts, you're absolutely right. They did take him out. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 0-2. I have to say, it's the first time I've seen Smeltzer pitched. And it really wasn't what I expected, as I thought he was more of a pitch-to-contact type of guy. He didn't show the strikeout numbers this season, but he was able to fan 9 batters today, I believe, when he was finished. Phenomenal day by the left-hander for the Twins. There's another fastball swung on and fouled away. At least that's what I have him in my books at. I've got him at 9. He had at least one in every inning except in the 2nd inning. So no balls and 2 strikes to Gonzalez. And Jax holds at the belt. And now he kicks and fires. It is a fastball that's upstairs. Gonzalez checks his swing, but they say he didn't go, and that's going to run the count now to 1-2. Jax has got a lot more velocity than the lefty Smeltzer, who was in here. He's brought some pitches up to 95, 96 miles an hour already, and there's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Gonzalez is down on strikes. That's the 3rd time today he has gone down on strikes, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, Andreas Jimenez. For Jimenez, he is officially 0 for 1 today. He was hit by a pitch back in the 2nd inning. And he has flown out to center field. As we said, that strikeouts by Smeltzer, he had 9 on the ballgame. That was a career high for him. But he's unfortunately not going to be in line for the win if you're a Minnesota fan. There's a fastball that misses down to Jimenez, and the count is 1-0. So Jimenez Waiting on the offering from Jax. Here's the pitch. It is a changeup that misses down, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Just a couple of reminders. We'll be back on the stream again tomorrow when we do the Rays and the Brew Crew, but we'll get these same 2 teams again here on Thursday. There's a fastball that is swung on and missed, and the count is now 2-1. So if you like afternoon baseball and you want to listen in on Getaway Day on Thursday, we have the Guardians and the Twins again. For the most part, it's been a decent ball game. If you like pitching and some defense, there's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 3-1 to Jimenez. Jimenez will be followed by Owen Miller in the Guardians lineup. So here comes the 3-1 offering, and it is a fastball swung on and missed. And now the count goes to 3-2 on Jimenez. So the count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Jimenez. And Jax now holds at the belt. Here comes the payoff pitch. He kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to first. It is fielded neatly by the first baseman for Kirilloff. He flips it to Jax covering, but Jax drops the ball. Jimenez slides in safely head first into the bag. That should have been out number 2, but instead the Guardians will get second life on that one as Jimenez has reached first base. I do believe that will go down as an error. I'm going to see how the official score fields it. Kirilloff gets it. He flips it over, and it hit Jax in a bad spot right in the glove. And he decided to play basketball with it on the infield, and he drops that ball to the ground. And then for good measure, he kicked it into foul territory, not on purpose. And now we have a conference on the mound as the pitching coaches come out. And he's right in the face of Griffin Jax. Of course, their pitching coach is not a tall guy, but he has come right out and he is giving it to Jax on the mound. I haven't seen that from a pitching coach as fired up as the Minnesota Twins pitching coach has. That's going to bring up Owen Miller. And that was an error for sure. And I got to say, it's got to be an error on the pitcher. So Jimenez is aboard. Now they got to be looking for a double play in this situation. Miller, 0 for 2 today. He's grounded into a double play, and he's also flown out to left. And here's the first pitch from Jax. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. Count is 0-1. There's nothing more that hurts you when you have to get 4 or 5 outs in an inning to get 3. That's what the Twins are looking at right now, potentially having to get themselves that extra out in the inning. So here's the 0-1 offering. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted foul down the right field line. It's going to reach the seats, and now the count goes to 0-2 on Miller. My eye hurts. By the sound of it, he doesn't like Griffin Jax. Yeah, got to have to make up for something there. I mean, what a great play by Kirilloff over at first base. He had to range over to his right. He fielded it. He gave a good flip. But I have to say, probably the route to the base by Jax was the problem. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 1-2. Usually when you teach pitchers, you want them to get hard to the foul line, come up the line so they have a good read. Well, Jax looked like he took a straight read right across. So when Kirilloff had to flip him the ball, he basically had to flip him in stride like a wide receiver trying to catch a pass in a football game. And Jax fires over to first base, and diving back in time is the runner Jimenez. I'll have to keep an eye on Jimenez. He can run a little bit. He's got 6 stolen bases this year. As we were saying earlier, the Guardians do like to run, and this could be a position to get him into scoring position so that either Miller or Leon can possibly knock him home. And again, they throw over to first, and again, diving back in time is the base runner Jimenez. It might be a good pitch to run on because you would think that Miller might be getting something off speed here as well. So here comes the 1-2 offering to Miller. Jimenez has the lead. He's not going, and there's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Our friend Paul Martinez asks, wasn't Griffin Jax a starter last year? Well, this is his second year in the big league. Start 14, 18 games. The runner is going. It's a breaking ball. It's on. Sliding in safely at second is Jimenez. They throw to first. And that is going to retire Miller. They did keep out of the double play because that was a double play ball. Got to check on that. Was that Arias who made that play or not? We're going to have to see it. It was actually Arias who made the play. He was over just slightly on the right side of second base. He came to the left side of the base to backhand it, and there was no chance at getting the runner at second. So that's going to be a ground out 4-3 if you're keeping score at home for out number 2. It advances Jimenez over to second as he was running on the play. And now Sandy Leon steps up to the plate. He's batting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Jackson. The first pitch is a changeup that he swings on and misses, and the count is 0-1. Griffin Jax last year started 14 of 18 games, but he has not been used as a starter this year. All of his games have been out of the bullpen for the Twins. And to be fair to Jax, he's been quite effective this year, relatively speaking. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-1. On the season, Jax has been able to work 35 and a third innings, as we said when he came in. He's only allowed 27 hits and 11 walks, but you can see how Twins fans can be frustrated if you make bonehead plays like that. There's a grounder back to the pitcher. Jax fields it. He flips it softly to first, and that is going to retire Leon on a ground out 1-3 for the final out of the inning. But the Guardians make it exciting as they were able to get on base and create a little havoc. There was no runs, no hits. There was one error and one runner left aboard. We're now through 7 complete. It is the Twins 1, the Guardians 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the top of the 8th inning in a few minutes. We're glad you guys could be in here. We appreciate you all for being here. Hang tight, everybody. Here's our friend Matt again, Matt Hollis.
Good evening, sports fans. I hope you all have been enjoying the game. This is just another message from another Hollis build. I hope that your team is in the lead, but if not, remember, that's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But you know I'm gonna change that tune. When I'm back on top in June. I said that's life. And as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on my team, but I don't let it get me down. 'Cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I hope you enjoy the rest of the game, and if it remains the same, remember, that's life. You want your fill? Go check another Hollis build on YouTube. Last Raps Baseball. Let's get back to the game. Let's go! You know that's life. You know it. One love and peace.
Appreciate you, Matt Hollis, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we like to support another Hollis build. Be sure after the game to go check out Matt Hollis. He's got all kinds of stuff. And even though he's a San Diego fan, he's a pretty good guy. We won't hold that against him. We do have a pitching change. It's going to be Sam Hentges on the mound. He is going to be appearing in his 26th game. He's got a 1-0 record. He's worked 26 innings, and he's posted a 2.08 ERA. The tall, lanky left-hander is taking over here for Eli Morgan in the top half of the 8th inning. And so he is going to be entrusted to face Carlos Correa, Max Kepler, and Kyle Garlick to get things going for the Twins in their half of the inning. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. And that count is 0-1. That stood Correa up because he really didn't think that was a strike. as we said, the home plate umpire today has worked a fairly decent game. It's only been a couple of times, and it's really been actually the breaking balls that he's struggled with. And there's a fastball that swung on. This ball is belted to deep left field. And this ball, if it stays up, it is off of the post. It bounces back in the field of play, but it looks like Correa has hit a home run. The umpires are signaling a home run, even though it hit the post of the overhang, and the Twins have taken a 2-1 lead here in the top of the 8th inning. That ball got out in a hurry as Carlos Correa was able to turn that one around, and that one has left the yard and has put the Twins now up 2-1. So a wasted starting performance by Zach Plesac. They've gone to the bullpen, and the Twins have scored a run in each of the last 2 innings, as Correa now has put the Twins atop 2-1. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Max Kepler. And the first pitch to Kepler is a fastball taken for a called strike at the knees, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Kepler. Hentges gets the sign from his catcher, Leon, and he's ready to go to work. And now he delivers a fastball. It comes off the knob of the bat of Kepler. They throw to first, and the ball's been thrown into right field. Hentges is thrown into right field. Digging for second is Kepler. That was about as easy an out as you could have had, and Hentges fires the ball into the right field corner. Backing up on the play were the right fielder and the second baseman, Jimenez, and the right fielder, Gonzalez, got over there. It was an excuse me swing as it ended up off the knob of the bat. Hentges has tons of time, and he absolutely airmails it over the head of the first baseman, Miller, down the line. And Kepler is aboard on an E1 as he is now in scoring position at second base, and that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Kyle Garlick. So if you're a Cleveland fan, you're absolutely losing your mind right now. If you're a Twins fan, what a stroke of luck. The first pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Garlick. So some shoddy defense here by the Guardians have gifted the Twins the lead here in the top of the 8th inning. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Garlick. Our friend My Eye Hurt says that he didn't put in the text that he was hoping for a home run due to the pitcher's change. Well, welcome to the ball game, Sam Hentges. He's brought his gasoline can in and soaked the mound here. Here comes the offering. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-2. You know, you think if the starting pitchers, they both left the game in the low 90s with pitches. As Emilio Pagan is up in the Twins bullpen getting loose. You know, you'd like to think that there's a possibility that even if they could have got you the 7th inning, you might have been able to close that out. As a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 0-2. Did you get to 110 pitches? Both pitchers were cruising, especially Smeltzer. Smeltzer had struck out the last 3 batters of his inning. And then on top of it, he had struck out the side in the 6th. He struck out the final 2 hitters of the 5th. So the 5 of the last 5 outs that he got were all on the way of the strikeout. He was just getting into a groove. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 0-2 to Garlick. So no balls and 2 strikes. We call the game tomorrow. It'll be a little earlier start. It's going to be at 9:10 Pacific or 12:10 Eastern. So hopefully you can pop in and join us for afternoon baseball. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into center field. Coming in on it is the center fielder, Straw. He makes the catch. And Garlick is erased. That'll be the first out of the inning. And that is going to bring up the first baseman, Alex Kirilloff. Or is it? Or is Kirilloff going to bat? It looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter, and it's going to be Byron Buxton. So they're bringing the big buck off the bench to hit for Kirilloff. Buxton's batting .233 on the season. He's got 19 homers, and that is going to bring the manager out of the... It's going to bring at least the pitching coach out of the Guardians dugout. I don't know if it's Now, it's definitely the pitching coach because Francona is not out on the mound, but Byron Buxton in the ball game. So we're going to see some changes now. Buxton has 19 homers on the season. I'm kind of surprised that they wouldn't consider bringing in a right-hander to face Buxton. But Hentges has really struggled here. He's had himself a good season, the big lefty. But certainly not today. This is the Guardians are looking to snap their 5-game losing streak. The Twins are looking to add to their 3-game win streak. And Buxton steps up to the plate to face the big lefty with the runner Kepler at second. And here's the first pitch. It's a fastball that is swung on and missed. That was at 96 miles an hour, and on one swing of the bat, Buxton wanted to make this a 4-1 ball game. So no balls and 1 strike to Buxton. He definitely didn't get cheated on that swing. So Hentges holds at the belt. He checks the runner Kepler at second, and now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball that swung on and fouled straight back. Count is 0-2. That tells you right there that he was on time with the pitch. Eniel de los Santos is up and throwing in the Guardians bullpen. One would think that that is a high alert now. So Hentges gets the sign from Leon. He comes set at the belt. He checks Kepler at second. And now he kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball that misses down and in. And the count goes to 1-2 on Buxton. Byron Buxton is having a fine season this year. The big knock on Buxton has not been his ability, but his ability to stay healthy. And even this year, he's picked up a couple of knocks, but 19 homers right now. You got to say that if he could stay together, he could arguably be the best player in baseball. There's a fastball that misses down and in. And the count is now 2-2. For those who don't get a chance to see Byron Buxton play regularly because he's, I hate to say it, buried in Minnesota. A lot of the national audience doesn't get a chance to see the type of talent that he possesses. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hentges checks Kepler at second. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded foul. And the count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Byron Buxton. It's been a beautiful afternoon in Cleveland for baseball. It has been mostly sunny today, and it was early in the ball game where the sun was playing havoc with the fielders, which was what caused the first run to come in. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 2-2 to Buxton. Gary Sanchez waits his turn on deck as Buxton is batting here with 1 out in the 8th inning. So Buxton waggles the bat. He waits on the offering from Hentges. He checks Kepler at second, and now he kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball that is swung on and missed. And Buxton goes down on strikes for the 2nd out of the inning. And that'll bring up Gary Sanchez. So Sanchez steps to the plate. He is 1 for 3 on the afternoon. He has pulled his average up to 229 on the season. He has singled, he's grounded to the pitcher, and he has struck out on his 3 trips to the plate. The former New York Yankee in his first season with the Twins. Now he asks for time. He's going to reset himself in. Sanchez digs in at the box, and now he's ready on the first offering from Hentges, who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to the Sanchez, Gary Sanchez. Hentges gets the sign from Leon, and he's ready to go to work. He holds at the belt. He checks Kepler at second, and now he delivers. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count runs even at 1-1. Sanchez spent the first 7 years of his career in a Yankee uniform. He's a two-time All-Star. He was runner-up for Rookie of the Year in 2016. He's also won a Silver Slugger Award. So here comes the offering from Hentges. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count goes to 1-2. Sometimes a change of scenery for a veteran player can do a world of good. There was a lot of rumblings that he and former manager Joe Girardi did not get along. You can kind of understand that a little bit. Some of the way that he went about his business. I don't consider Sanchez per se a great receiving catcher. He's a catcher who hits. There are a lot of catchers who catch who can't hit. But he has a pretty good stick when he wants it to be. Early in his career, he hit 300 or just shy of 300, 299 in his first year, and then he hit 278 his second year, and he had some pop in the stick. And there's a breaking ball swung on and missed. Sanchez is gone on strikes for the third out of the inning, and Hentges is now retired the side, but they do get the run in the inning, do the Twins, on a home run by Carlos Correa. So there was one run, there was one hit, there was one error, and one runner left aboard. We're now moving to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is the Minnesota Twins 2, the Cleveland Guardians 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. We're glad you guys are with us, whether you're listening live or on delay. We appreciate y'all for being here. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher once again.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day, and there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom of the 8th inning. There is a pitching change as Emilio Pagan is coming in to replace Griffin Jacks. Pagan is working in his 26th game. He's got a 1-2 record. He's got a 3.91 ERA. He's also got 9 saves in 13 save opportunities. He has walked 12 and struck out 34 in those 25 and a third innings of work. So Pagan on in relief of Griffin Jacks. It's the third pitcher used today by the Twins. So he is on in relief. They have some changes defensively as Gordon has gone to play second. Arias has moved over to first. Buxton is in center, and Celestino has moved to left. So a lot of defensive changes right now for the Minnesota Twins. So hopefully I can keep up with all of that with you. So Buxton, as Kirilloff is out of the ball game. So Celestino is the new left fielder with Buxton in center. And Nick Gordon has gone over to second base. So here comes the first offering for Pagan. It's a fastball that misses outside to Miles Straw, and the count is 1-0. So it's going to be Straw, Kwan, and Rosario here in the 8th inning. Straw is 0 for 2 today. He has struck out both of his times to the plate. His average has dipped to 2.02 on the season. Pagan leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher, Sanchez, and he's ready to go back to work. He kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. The count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Emilio Pagan is starting to become one of those kind of guys that you wonder if he's well-traveled. He began his big league career back in 2017 with the Seattle Mariners at the big league level. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. 2-1. He's got a lot of stickers on his suitcase these days. He was and went to the Oakland Athletics for a season. He was in 2019. He was with the Tampa Bay Rays. And then he was with the San Diego Padres for a couple of seasons in the 2020 and 2021 campaign. And now he has found his way to the Minnesota Twins. There is a fastball that swung on and missed. The count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Miles Straw. So Pagan seems to be one of those kind of guys that everybody wants to get. And once they get him, they can't wait to get rid of him. He originally was a 10th round pick of the Mariners back in the 2013 draft. There's a fastball that misses up and in, and the count now goes full on Straw. He went to Gardner-Webb University in Boiling Springs, North Carolina, but then he was drafted actually out of the Belmont Abbey College in Belmont, North Carolina, after his sophomore year. Here comes the offering. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Check that. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Straw. Just one of those balls there. So 3-2. Pagan rubs up a new baseball and he's ready to go back to work. He gets the sign from Sanchez. Now he holds at the belt and he kicks and fires. It is a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats over on the first base side. And now we've got quite the battle on our hands between Pagan and Straw. This is exactly what you want when the reliever comes in the game. You want to be able to really work him over a little bit, and Straw is starting to do that. This is going to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Whether he gets on base or not, that'll soften him up for the top part of the batting order. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Miles Straw. And here's the offering from the righty Pagan. It's a fastball that misses inside. And this is where leadoff walks will kill you. Yes, that is exactly what's happened to Pagan. He has put the leadoff hitter aboard, and that is going to bring up the left fielder, Stephen Kwan. For Kwan today, he is 0 for 3. He's flown to center twice, and he has struck out in his trips to the plate. His average has dipped down to 283 on the season. Kwan got off to a fantastic start this year. What was most incredible about it is his swing and miss rate was very, very low. His bat-to-ball skills outstanding. And here comes the first offering to Kwan from Pagan. He kicks and fires. It's a changeup that drops in for a called strike. And the count is quickly 0-1. Kwan was a little bit upset with the ball boy, not majorly or visibly, but he had an opportunity to catch a fly ball down the left field line. It ended up in the netting, but the ball boy didn't even move. He just sort of sat there frozen. Kwan had an opportunity maybe to get into the netting to get it. There they throw over to first base, and diving back in time is the runner Straw. We have to keep our eyes on Straw. He is a threat to run. He's got 11 swipes so far this year. And the Indians do like to run. They've got some fellas on their roster with Ramirez and Rosario and Straw who can get their legs going. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. And again, they throw over to first base, and again, diving back in time is Miles Straw. So no balls, 1 strike to Kwan. Straw is the runner at first. There is nobody out. I'd like to see if they can move him over with his legs here. Kwan has not shown any sign of bunting the ball. And here's the offering from Pagan. It's a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. His game had pretty good tempo and pace through the first 6 innings. As soon as we've got into the bullpens, you can slam on the brakes on this one. This game is kind of ground to a bit of a halt. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Here comes the offering from Pagan. Keeping an eye at Straw first, and there goes the offering. It is a changeup that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Stephen Kwan. The runner, Straw, establishes his lead at first. Pagan holds at the belt. And now he delivers. It's a fastball. Take it for a called strike at the knees, and the count now goes to 2-2. So it kind of makes you wonder when we watch the Asian leagues, and especially the Japanese games on the weekend when we get a lot of folks in here, just the style of play is so much different. It's a 2-1 ball game. You've got Kwan at the plate. I guess either A, steal him over or bunt him over, get him into scoring position. And then you're going to have multiple cracks to potentially bring him home if you're a Guardian fan. And there's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is now 3-2 to Kwan. But trying to get the runner into scoring position, because you've got to be able to get that run back. And this is a situation where you've got the leadoff hitter on. And you've got the top part of the batting order coming up with guys who can do it. But Kwan today is 0 for 3 with those 2 fly balls and a strikeout. So here comes the 3-2 offering. And Pagan delivers. There goes the runner. It's a fastball swung on, and it is fouled away, and that is going to keep the count at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Stephen Kwan. I wouldn't be surprised that Pagan's probably going to flip it over a little bit here. He's trying to change his timing up on how long he holds the pitches. He's trying to freeze the hitter. Now he throws over to first, and diving back in time is the runner Straw, but that one was in the dirt. It was a nice play by Arias to have to stop the ball. He had to take a half jab step off of the base to stop it. I would have created havoc if he would have thrown that into the right field corner. So here we go again. Here's the 3-2 offering. And again, there goes the runner, and it's a fastball swung on, and again, it's fouled away down the left field line. That's going to keep the count at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Kwan. Adam Rosario is waiting on deck, as you would like to get a piece of Emilio Pagan here. So Kwan really battling the right-handed reliever here. This is going to be the 16th pitch of the inning. The first 2 batters have really taken the sting out of Pagan. Pagan leans in. He gets the sign. He comes set at the belt. And now he delivers. There goes the runner again. It is a fastball that misses off the outside corner. They throw down to second. It's not in time, and that they're looking to see if it was a strikeout. Carlos Correa is looking, but it looks like that's going to be ball 4. So the throw down to second base is immaterial, because that's going to force him along. That's going to bring the pitching coach out of the Twins dugout again. That last pitch, it was a pretty close pitch. But more so to that, Stephen Kwan had checked his swing. And so they didn't appeal down. They didn't feel that he went. But Kwan has drawn himself a walk, and the Guardians have the first 2 runners aboard here in the 8th inning, and that is going to bring up the shortstop, Ahmed Rosario. But we got a conference on the mound as the pitching coach is back out again. Not sure if this is still the pitching coach, Wes Johnson, as Johnson is taking a position as the pitching coach at LSU. I don't know if he's going to be the one who is still here or not. I've just got to double check that. One thing I didn't is uniquely something that you notice is how short he is. It is still Wes Johnson. He's not a big fella. He's literally a full head shorter than the pitcher Pagan and everybody in the infield. It's kind of funny when he gets out to the mound. He's there and he's looking up at the pitchers. So Rosario steps to the plate with runners on first and second. So in this particular situation here, I'm probably not bunting Rosario. And here's the first offering. It's a breaking ball that misses outside, and I'll explain why I wouldn't do it here. It would have been the last guy I would have bunted, but Rosario is 2 for 3 today. You've got Ramirez on deck. If Rosario bunted and you got him out, it's an open base to put Ramirez on. And then you'll be pitching to Franmil Reyes to beat you. I think I'd rather have Rosario swing the bat. He's going to be a tough guy to double up. And there is a breaking ball that misses inside, and it squirts away from Sanchez and goes all the way to the backstop. The runners are going to move up, so who needs a sacrifice bunt when you have a hard time playing catch? That's going to be runners at second and third. It's going to put the count at 2-0 now to Rosario. They do have the open base at first base, but you certainly don't want to load the bases for Jose Ramirez, and Pagan's in a whole host of trouble. 18 pitches, 10 of them have been for balls. So for our Minnesota Twin fans that are in here, you guys are probably losing your mind. The infield is in as they're going to try to cut the run down at the plate. The Twins, Pagan delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 3-0 on Rosario. For the Guardian fans that are in here listening, you guys are probably saying, boy, we've seen this act before. You got Jose Ramirez on deck and 3 balls and no strikes to Ahmed Rosario. So the runner at second is Kwan. The runner at third is Straw. Pagan holds at the belt and he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count now goes to 3-1 on Rosario. There is nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Guardians are threatening. They're down 2-1 to the Twins. We're in crunch time here for sure, and Rosario waggles the bat. Now he's waiting on the 3-1 offering from Pagan. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. That's going to run the count to 3-2. Our friend by iHurt says in the chat, he goes, our minds are already lost since Pagan stepped onto the mound. I remember seeing Pagan pitch in Tampa and also in San Diego. I don't remember him as much with the Mariners or the A's. And I will say this, he's not for the faint of heart. Here comes the offering. And it is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded past the shortstop into left center field. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in, and the Guardians have taken a 3-2 lead here in the 8th inning on a 2-run single by Ahmed Rosario. It's his 3rd hit of the afternoon. The drawn-in infield, as he punches it by the shortstop Correa, had no chance to be able to get that. And it is 2 RBIs for Rosario, and the Guardians are back on top with a 3-2 lead here in the 8th inning. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Jose Ramirez. Had the infield not been drawn in, they would have made the play, but they would have only traded the run for the out. But instead, on that base hit, 2 runs have scored. And now it is a 3-2 ball game for the Guardians. But don't fret, because this game isn't over. The Guardians still have to try to close this one out. Now there you have another conference on the mound as Rocco Baldelli has gone to his sheets. You might want to look at your computer printouts a little closer there, Rocco, because Emilio Pagan has come in and not been at all effective, and that is it for Pagan as Baldelli is making his way out of the dugout. So hang tight, everybody. We got ourselves a 3-2 ball game. We're going to take a little break. There is a pitching change. Emilio Pagan is done for the afternoon. We'll be back in just a couple of moments after this. We appreciate you all being here. Hold tight. We'll be right back.
All I want
everybody. Thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave's Zero Thought Sports Card. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is a pitching change happening in Cleveland, and we'll just go through a couple of things here as they are making the call to the bullpen. Just a couple of programming notes. A reminder for the rest of our week, our schedule is up. We're going to do the Rays and the Brewers tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning Pacific time, which is going to be noon Eastern. And then on Thursday, we'll do the same two teams again, the Guardians and the Twins. So hopefully you can make it in for the final game of the 5-game series. And then on Friday, we're going to do the Red Sox and the Cubs from Wrigley on July the 1st. And then we'll get back into the saddle for our Japanese calls on late Friday night and on Saturday. So hopefully everybody can make it back. We do appreciate y'all for being here and listening in while you can. And don't forget, if you want the notifications, hit the bell so you'll know when we're up. And you can always check our page for our upcoming schedule. We are going to be busy over the next couple of weeks. We'll be giving a lot of streams. And that is what we're going to be doing. So there is a pitching change for the Minnesota Twins. It's going to be Caleb Thielbar is going to be entering the ball game. And he is going to be taking over from Emilio Pagan. So Caleb Thielbar into the game. He is the fourth pitcher used by the Minnesota Twins today. He is appearing in his 31st game. He's 2-0 on the season. He's got a fluffed up ERA at 5.88. He's worked 26 innings. He's allowed 13 walks, and he has struck out 33 batters. He's in a tough situation. He's got a runner at first and nobody out. And Jose Ramirez stepping up to the plate. And the first pitch instead is thrown over to first, and getting back in time is the base runner Rosario. Rosario has quite the afternoon today for the Guardians. He has got 3 of their hits, and the Guardians only have 5 on the day. So 3 of the 5 hits to Rosario, and he's knocked in a pair of runs and scored a run. He has been instant offense for the Guardians. There's a breaking ball to Ramirez that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. For Jose Ramirez today, he is 1 for 3. He has doubled, and he has popped to short twice. Paul Martinez jumped in there and said he should just retire. You know, there's a lot to like about Pagan. There's a breaking ball swung on, and it is popped foul just over to the first base dugout, and that's going to run the count now to 0-2. When you look at Pagan and you watch his throw and you see the velocity and there's stuff to like, there's movement on his pitches, he just can't seem to find consistency over time, especially when he has to come into tough situations. I mean, I think it was 9 of the 13, converted 9 of 13 save opportunities this year for the Twins. That's not good enough to get it done. So no balls and 2 strikes. And here comes the pitch to Ramirez. It's a fastball at 93 that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jose Ramirez. So as we said, it's the battle of the bullpens, and this game is far from over because we'll have to see the Guardians bullpen the next inning, as it is a 3-2 ball game here for the Guardians in the bottom of the 8th. There's a breaking ball swung on, and this ball is belted down the left field line, but it's going to hook foul into the seats. There was a fella down the left field line who kind of looked like he might be a Maytag repairman with that body build. He couldn't come up with the catch. It was a man from Sandusky, Ohio, who came up with that one, though, after the ricochet. So the count remains at 1-2 to Ramirez. Now here comes the offering. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And Ramirez is down on strikes. And he has been put away for out number 1 here in the 8th inning. And that'll bring up Franmil Reyes. Ramirez, who he really crawled the ladder to try to hit that one. The ball was up at the eyeballs, and he was mad at himself as he slams the bat on his way back to the dugout. So that brings Franmil Reyes to the plate. Reyes today is 1 for 3. He had that double that blooped down the right field line on the first inning, knocking in the first Guardian run, and he takes a breaking ball over for a called strike. He's also struck out his other 2 times up. He has raised his season average up to 212 today, since he's 1 for 3. So Thielbar gets the sign from his catcher, Sanchez, and he's ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. There goes the runner down to second. The throw is in time, and they are able to nail Rosario. No complaints from Rosario. He just gets right up and runs off. That's going to go down caught stealing 2-6 for the second out of the inning. Reyes had swung through the pitch. I want to see it again. Gordon wasn't at the base. He did. I didn't think he might have applied the tag, but the throw was right there on the shoulder. And Gordon was able to get the runner Rosario for out number 2. And here comes the 0-2 pitch now to Reyes. There's a fastball swung on. It is pop foul. It's going to reach the seats behind home plate. And the count remains at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Franmil Reyes. Reyes is a big presence at the plate. We said before he's listed at 6'5", 265, and he is all of that and maybe more. Here's the 0-2 offering. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-2. I have to say I'm impressed with some of the stuff that Thielbar flips up to the plate. He's got a breaking ball that's got a ton of depth to it. He's able to keep the hitters off balance. He's definitely a 1-inning guy. He's not somebody that you'd want to roll out for or try to roll out for 5 or 6. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called third strike. Reyes stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by for out number 3. But there was damage done here in the 8th inning. It was 2 runs in the inning. On a 2-run RBI single by Ahmed Rosario. There were 2 runs on 1 hit. There was no errors and nobody left on base. It is the Guardians 3, the Twins 2. We're moving to the top of the 9th inning. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few to give you all the call at the top of the 9th. Hang tight, everybody.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Appreciate you there, Matt. We're going to be back in just a couple moments with the call. The top of the 9th inning. It is 3-2 for the Guardians. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Emmanuel Clase coming in to pitch here in the top of the 9th inning. He is the closer for the Guardians, and he's going to be entrusted to retire Nick Gordon, Gio Urshela, and Gilberto Celestino, who is slated to come in. We talk about the 2022 leaders in 100-mile-an-hour pitches or more. Jalen Duran, the pitcher for the Twins, is number 1, and Clase is number 2 in all of baseball. This is his 20th save opportunity. So far, he's 17 for 19. He's worked 32 games. He's pitched 30 and a third innings. He's got a 1-2 record. But he has a 1.48 ERA. He's only walked 4 and struck out 33. So Gordon, Urshela and Celestino slated to come to bat here in the ninth inning. And here comes the first offering to Nick Gordon. It's a fastball that is swung on and tapped foul. And the count is quickly 0-1. That was a 100-mile-an-hour heater to Nick Gordon. So no balls and one strike. We're here on the top of the ninth inning. Just a reminder, after this one, we'll give you the full recap of the game. Once this is done, there's no others on the out-of-town scoreboard as all the other games are at night. There's a ground ball hit foul on the first base side. It's going to run the count to 1-2. So no balls and two strikes. Class A's last 10 save opportunities, his last 16 appearances, he's been absolutely lights out. We saw Class A early in the year and he struggled a little bit. Now that he has come into the season, he has settled down a lot. Now here comes the pitch to Gordon. It is a fastball swung on, and it gets away from the catcher, Leon. And they throw to first. It is not going to be in time. So that's going to be a strikeout. We're going to have to look. It could be a wild pitch. But that is not what the Guardians wanted. We're going to take a look. I want to see if that actually was a foul ball or not, but it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like the Guardians are going to challenge. Nope, it was down in the dirt, and the ball skipped away from Leon. It ended up going towards the backstop on the first base side. So the entertainment value in this one is not over yet. That's going to be a strikeout. But as we said, we're going to have to see. It looks like they've applied an error to the catcher. So we'll see what that one is. Well, actually, it's a wild pitch. There's a first pitch delivered. It is a ground ball up the middle. It's fielded by Rosario. He steps on the bag at second. He throws to first, and that is going to be a double play. Gio Urshela on one pitch grounds himself into a double play. That's a 6-3 double play. And that is now 2 out in the inning. So just like that, the strikeout on the wild pitch by Gordon, he is erased for the first out. Urshela for the back end out, and now it's slated to bring Gilberto Celestino to the plate with 2 away. Just like that, Emmanuel Clase gets some help from his defense. See if they're going to continue to bat Celestino, and it is. Pinch hitters used by the Twins. And here's the first offering from Class A. It's a breaking ball that drops in at 94 miles an hour for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So what Guardian fans there are at the ball game today, they are on their feet. So Celestino digs in, waiting on the offering from Class A. Here comes the pitch. He kicks and he fires, and it's a fastball at 100 miles an hour that backs Celestino off the plate. The count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Celestino. They are down to their final out, are the Twins. They had the leadoff runner on in Gordon, and Urshela grounded right into a double play to erase that potential and possibility. So here comes the 1-1 offering. And there is a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to first. It's booted by Miller, and that ball is going to squirt away from him, and this game is going to still continue. Unbelievable. The plays when they have happened, it gives the Twins second life. We're going to see how they score it, but I would have to think that's going to be an error. Miller charges it. He keeps it in front. The ball squirts up in the air. Class A went over to cover, but they had no chance to get the runner. So lots of entertaining baseball going on in Cleveland. The Guardian fans are probably losing their minds right now saying, geez, this is how we can close this one out. That brings the top of the order, Luis Arias, to the plate, who's been one of the most dangerous hitters in the Twins lineup this entire season. And the first pitch to Arias is a fastball that just misses inside, and the count is 1-0. Arias is 1 for 4 today. He singled in the third. He's flown to center. He's struck out, and he's grounded to short. He's batting .343 on the season. Class A gets the side from his catcher, Leon. And now he checks the runner at first, and he comes set at the chest. He takes a breath. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. And the count is now 1-1 to Arraez. So this is entertaining baseball for sure. As Yogi Berra said, it's never over till it's over, and this is holding true in Cleveland today. So Arraez waggles the bat. He's waiting on the 1-1 offering from Clase. Clase holds at the chest. He kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is driven foul down the left field line. It's going to reach the seats, and this time a man from Perrysburg, Ohio, hauls that one in. And the count is 1-2 on Luis Arraez. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Twins hero who put them up in front, Carlos Correa, is waiting his turn on deck. He had homered his last time up. He's chomping at the bit to get up to the plate. Here comes the pitch to Arraez. It's a fastball at 101 miles an hour, swung on and fouled away. That's going to keep the count at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Leon is making his way out to the mound as he's going to have a chat with his right-handed closer. And now he jogs back toward home plate. As we mentioned, Leon probably doesn't know the staff all that well, as he was just acquired from the Cincinnati Reds for cash and inserted right into the lineup as Austin Hedges is going to be out for a little bit. So here comes the offer. A fastball swung. And Arraez has gone down on strikes to end the ball game. And that is going to do it here for the Twins in their half of the inning. So they had in the inning, there was no runs in the inning. There were no hits. There was 1 error, and there was 1 runner left the board. Your final score is the Cleveland Guardians 3, Minnesota Twins 2. We'll be back in just a couple of moments to wrap up everything, everybody. We really appreciate y'all for being here. Hang tight. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Give you the recap of all the action.
Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. It's today's 0 O'Clock Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to do a quick recap of this one here. And we called it in the first inning. We said the Ahmed Rosario base hit single and the Franmil Reyes bleeder down the right field line that was turned into a double. It ended up scoring Rosario was the difference in this game, a 1-run game. That one there, the shift was on for Reyes. It was a bleeder into right field. Alex Kirilloff had to run out to try to get it, and the right fielder Max Kepler had to charge hard. Probably would have been a play for the second baseman to make. Neither made it. Rosario scored the run, and that put the Guardians up 1-0 in the first inning. The Twins ended up getting a run back to tie the ball game in the 7th inning. It was a 2-out double by Jose Miranda. He was run for, and then Gilberto Celestino tripled him home, Contreras home, and that put the score to 1-1. In the top of the 8th inning, the Twins went ahead on a solo shot to lead off the inning by Carlos Correa. They took the lead 2-1. And then in the bottom of the 8th inning, it was the Cleveland Guardians who got back-to-back walks from Miles Straw and Stephen Kwan, and then a 2-run single by Ahmed Rosario put the Guardians up 3-2. After that, it was all Emmanuel Clase in the 9th inning as he unconventionally was able to retire the first couple of batters he faced. It was a strikeout and a wild pitch that put Gordon on first base. He got Joe Urshela to ground into a double play. An error by Owen Miller kept the game going, and then he struck out Luis Arraez to end the inning. It was basically almost 5 outs to get 3 in that inning. So again, your final score is the Cleveland Guardians 3, the Minnesota Twins 2. We really appreciate everybody for being here today, whether you're live or on delay. Be sure to come on back again tomorrow, 9 o'clock Pacific time, noon Eastern. It'll be the Rays and the Brewers. Once again, everybody, it's been another Last Wraps Baseball video production. Come on back and see us again tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.